+3, so
+3 or just 2?
+2 additional.
All right, fans. Welcome to Battle of Lost Souls. We are here at Dragon's Lair Comic and Fantasy in overcast Austin, Texas.
Definitely rainy today.
Yeah, a little overcast, and we are going to be covering their 2,000 point Warhammer 40,000 8th edition tournament today. So we are here at round 1, table 1, top of the game. Up in your top left corner, you can see an Eliatok army, very well disguised as a Samhain army. There is some Samhain in it. It is being run by Mike, and we've got in his army a nice mix of Aeldari units. We've got Crimson Hunter Exarch. We've got what's that thing with the big gun? Here we go. Yeah, so we've got 2 Warlock Skyrunners, 5 Rangers, 5 Dire Avengers, 5 more Dire Avengers. I believe those are in one of the Wave Serpents.
Yes.
5 Fire Dragons and another Wave Serpent. We've got those 2 Wave Serpents, of course. A Far Runner Skyrunner, 2 War Walkers, a Fire Prism, 6 Dark Reapers, and then we've got an Autarch with 6 Shining Spears, and 2 units of 3 Wind Riders with Scatter Lasers. Those last 4 units are the Samhain units. The rest is the Latok. Then in your bottom corner, we've got the army that's the talk of the town right now. It's being run by Eric, and he's got the 10 Shield Captains with some infantry squad support. So we've got 2 company commanders. One of them has the Warlord, the Grand Strategist Warlord trait. The other company commander has Kurla's Aquila. Then he's got 3 infantry squads, 2 with a sniper and a mortar team, 1 with a plasma gun and a mortar team, and then a heavy weapon squad with 3 mortars. The 10 captains on Dawn Eagle jet bikes. They've all got Hurricane Bolters and Misericordia. One of them's got the relic, the Auric Aquilus, and one of them's got the Eagle Eye. So 2 of them have a 3+ invulnerable save, and then we've also got a Vexillus Praetor with a Storm Shield and the Defensor. So it's 10 Shield Captains with a Guard support. Both of them started off today with 8 command points. I believe they spent a few here and there on some relics and deployment stratagems. Today's mission is called March or Die. The deployment is those corner vanguards. You can see how they're set up there. Then each player has 3 objectives in their own deployment zone. And the objectives are each worth 5 points to your opponent at the end of the game, and you get an additional 5 bonus points for holding all 3 objectives. All 3 of your opponent's objectives. Your own objectives are worth 3 points, with 1 point if you hold all 3. Scores are at the end of the game. There's also secondary objectives. You get 5 points per round by fulfilling the below objectives. So you do get those each turn. This is kind of a modified ITC mission. So if you hold an objective, you get a point. If you kill an enemy unit, you get a point. If you hold an objective and kill an enemy unit, you get 3 points. Then if you hold an enemy objective, you get 2 points. If you kill an enemy unit with 9+ wounds, you get 2 points. And if you hold 2 enemy objectives, you get 5 points. And then you also get a bonus point if you kill a Warlord. 1 point. I'm not 100% sure what it just says. Warlord 1 point. Is that
Killing the Warlord?
I'm not certain. And then you also can get 1 point for completing turn 4. So a bonus point if you can just get through all the turns. And I assume that's killing a Warlord, you get 1 point. If you finish turn 4, you get a point. And then if you have gotten more than half of your units out of your deployment zone, you get 1 point. So moving forward. So Mike up at the top has got the first turn, and he is advancing with his Wind Riders, his jet bikes, and his vehicles. He's got a very fast mobile army. I think he's got 1 unit of Rangers that are the only unit that are sitting back. Down in the bottom corner, just out of the camera angle, we've got the Crimson Hunter Exarch is right on the corner of the board, and he's got 2 War Walkers that just popped up next to it. And I think we've got some Dark Reapers that are showing up in this pile of cover down there. You can just kind of make them out there. They're coming out of the webway. And looks like they're going to try to take out a couple of those shield captains before they can get moving. And those 3 damage Starburst missiles are pretty good against the heavy Custodes if they can get through. Those are going to put some pain on them.
Psychic phase.
So we're going over to the Psychic phase. Custodes' strongest phase.
Test guide on the
They're very good at this Psychic phase. Those Custodes are.
guide on the Warwalkers.
Alright, so we're going to guide the Warwalkers.
They are all about that second phase.
Mhm.
They don't know what it is. They don't know what it does. But they're about it.
Witnessing, I should say. I got it with a 7.
Alright,
No deny, and then
so the Warwalkers are guided.
no range for doom or smite.
And that's the Eldar Psychic
And
phase.
shoulder the mantle.
Shield of the mantle.
Oh, he's throwing things.
Let's answer your question earlier. When your warlord dies, you may pick a shield captain.
Very cool. Yeah.
So yes, when he dies,
So when a lovely guardsman dies, so I'm not getting warlords this way. Tell me that's pretty cool.
odds are.
Okay.
I think that's like I actually really love the idea behind that because it's like I'm here to protect this guardsman and then it's like, oh, the guardsman is dead, I failed, but I'll take on the mantle. Let's go get revenge. I'm in charge. Like all right. Like the little guy, we had to let him live because technically he outranked me, but like
Yeah, I'm more of the.
yeah,
Yeah,
The-
you F up.
yeah, my turn.
Show how it's done.
Yeah.
Back unit of
Right? Yep.
bikes.
And with me, as always, I'm Stable 8. I've got
Larry.
and
Jen.
so we're here. We'll be covering the tournament all day,
We're your friendly neighborhood Bulls team.
Okay, and they are within.
unless I assume you live in Norway. Then we're not quite from your neighborhood, but we want to.
The global neighborhood.
Yeah.
From your internet neighborhood.
No, it's true. I mean, in the terms of the Imperium of Man, anything on Holy Terra is in the same neighborhood.
We are broadcasting live from Holy Terra,
Yep.
the seat of mankind. We're in the Segmentum Solar. For all you people out there,
Larry, you made the video sideways.
Warlord trade for the Autark is the one where he can.
I mean, it is your fault.
That is
Oh,
all. So
Good.
All right, so we are getting some shooting here. That is 12 wounds on one of the captains.
Guardsman squad.
Guardsman squad. All right.
he wants those guards. He wants to drop all those support squads right away.
Yep. The rule of today's game is there'll be no normal dice on the table. We've got some custom Eldar dice. We've got some nice gold dice.
Those are the Custodes dice.
They
I
are.
believe.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And some guardsmen have bit the dust. I'm not sure he'll be able to recover from
I'm
this.
gonna do the front
Oh, I mean the
squad,
guardsmen certainly will.
They are barely in range.
What was that book again? 13 minutes? Was the
Something like that,
the
yeah.
Black Library book about the average lifespan of a guardsman once combat begins. It's 13 minutes. That seems a bit long to me for a 40k game, certainly.
Well, I mean, deployment takes like 30 minutes, right?
There is that.
Latitude.
That's why guard deploy so slowly.
Yeah, no. Like the longer, like, that's why they have to think about their movement phase. Like, well, if the guard go first, they're that's really what it comes down to. Is if they go first, the average life of the guards is much longer.
Is that from Mars?
That's mine.
Oh. Okay.
All saves. All saves.
All right. There's some more made saves by the Golden
Snipers will
Boys.
shoot at the remaining guardsmen there.
All right.
So do you automatically get the warlord thing for the shield captain, or do you have to roll for it? Where
Command point.
the command point. Gotcha. These guys are shooting the not one. 4 hits and 3 wounds, 3 mortal wounds, and 4 saves. 3 mortal. There you go.
All right. And that is the rest of that guard squad down, sniped out.
That was the most mortal wounds I've ever got.
All right.
That was some good shooting
3
right
mortal wounds from five rangers.
Okay.
there. Ooh. Hot.
Yeah.
Invuln save of 4 up.
The
So where's the 3 up? Right.
Well, your cover doesn't help against.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Are the 2 3 Fs?
And now the Eldar have the real challenge of how do they peel this Custodes onion?
Yeah. So the Warwalkers are going to take a shot at.
Because they're all characters. It's all going to be a pain in the butt. They all have 7 wounds,
Yeah.
6 toughness. It's rough, and 3 of them
So-
vulnerable.
3 misses, 1 hit. All hit.
Oh yeah, got it.
All right. So guide got
And
all those
toughness
bright
5,
lances
so
in.
6, so 3s. Ooh, just 2. 2 and AP negative 4.
2 wounds from the bright
Yeah,
lances.
4 upset.
Yes, sir.
One save.
1 wound gets through.
I'm going to use a command point, so I'm down to 5. See if I get it back.
Do I get it
I
back?
do.
I do not.
So I'm back up to 6.
So Mike did not use a command point, but he did, but got it back.
Here's the reroll. 3.
That's from the Autarch.
Yeah, from the Weather Command.
Yep.
And 3 wounds from
And then
Brightlands.
The
So that was the guide with
Crimson
the
Hunter will
walkers. They
shoot
did 3
him, and
wounds.
he does have fly, is that right?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
And he did take the Eldari
So,
relic.
2
I
bright
believe
lances.
it's the Samhain relic, the laser lance,
Hitting on
Yeah, whatever their
3s.
lances, he has that. Yeah.
He rolls 1 to hit.
which I've never seen fielded
This is
before.
a 3 up to wound.
Samhain is not
The
an army.
Nova
field.
Lance.
The Nova Lance.
So it does.
That's a
does wound,
sexy
4
name.
pinball.
No.
D6 wounds. 5.
Ooh,
Alright, so
So
that
the
is
shots are wasted.
the first shield captain is down.
first shield captain's
And-
down.
and-
And the
and-
Crimson Hunter got to use
Start
its
4 missiles at the.
anti-flyer attack against
Right,
it.
Closest
that
guy.
and that is a really interesting use for Crimson Hunter. They are actually really good at hunting jet bikes,
Yeah.
at Custodes jet bikes, because they gain the benefit.
Yeah, and then we got the Rangers.
Dark Reapers.
Dark Reapers, sorry. That's what I meant.
They're using their big missiles.
He's gonna get the same invuln. 3 wounds versus 2. I'll shoot the strength 5 missile. He's time to 6. Never mind now. I'll do the strength 8. Okay. The Exarch is gonna go on. I don't think it's in range actually. Let's see what's in range. 6? Okay. Well, I guess just him. So he'll do his 2d6 for the Tempest launchers. 6. 3's to hit. 1 miss. And strength 4, so 5. No. And then the 5
Tempest Launcher does nothing.
star, whatever they are, strength 8.
The Tempest Launcher does have. The Tempest Launcher does have a much harder time against Custodes than against a lot of other armies. This is one of those weird encounters where it's the Exarch just kind of is not going to do much, and the rest of the squad
No, they can
is
clear
gonna,
out the infantry, but I think he's out of
Exactly.
range of most of them because of the deployments.
Either way, you're gonna 4.
Yes.
I need to double check that.
2 go through.
2 go through, that's a flat 3 damage each.
So flat 6 damage. He's got 1.
Alright, and another captain on jet bike just took 6 damage from the Dark Reapers.
So 6.
There are 10 captains on jet bikes in this army. 1 is down, 9 are left. 1 has 1 wound left. We'll see if Mike can
Should finish it off.
whittle a couple of these guys
Shoot the fire
down.
prism at him.
Ooh.
Okay, we got a fire prism on that damaged captain with 1 wound left.
Trying to think. I think he only moved
6 inches.
6, so he's gonna shoot twice.
That prism moved not a whole lot, so it is going to get its double shots.
I'll do the 2d3. So 6 shots.
You can see that fire prism. It's up in the extreme upper left corner of the board,
Hitting on 4s. No, he has the closest thing. So hitting on 3s.
Going across the table.
going across the table diagonally
Hit him, yeah.
No, yeah.
at that shield captain.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
close
please.
thing you can see.
And then, so hitting on 3s, reroll 1. And there's 2 1s and 1, 2. 5 total.
Right.
And strength 9.
All on 3.
Make sure. Focus. Strength 9, yeah. So 3 and 1.
1 goes through.
I think that's enough. D3 damage, right?
Yeah.
2.
All right, and that is the second captain. He put 2 wounds on him. He only had 1 left, so that is 2 shield captains
Believe
down
that's
out
all
of
the
10.
shooting I have.
And that is it for the Eldar shooting phase.
You're no charges.
Considering the difficulty of those targets, that's
Not bad.
a
2 shield captains.
that's a
and
pretty solid amount of damage to be doing on the top of 1 from all the way across the table.
the fifth of his army.
A couple of objectives.
Yeah,
1, 2.
they're scoring it up right now.
5 points for the round.
Okay.
What's our current score, guys?
He just got 5 for the secondary.
Okay. And we are to the bottom of
What is
1.
hold an objective and killing an unit of 3?
Yeah, well, it's going through, you can score up to 5 points per round by doing the following.
Dino's in chat and he says that he's rooting for the janitors for reasons.
So yeah, it's,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you
3
kill-
plus 2.
You kill 3, you holding at least 2 plus objectives.
So you got your.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, because you can only score 5 for the secondary per round.
Right.
So
I think I only get the 3 though from. I hate to cost myself points, but I think if you just hold an objective, you get 1. You kill him in unit, you get 1. But if you hold and kill him in unit, you get 3.
Oops.
I think I got 3. And then that second line has some other things, but I don't have any of those. I didn't kill anything with 9 wounds.
So we would need.
Oh wait, no, I did.
Huh.
The guardsman squad.
Unit with 9 plus wounds, yeah.
There you go. Okay, so I did get 5.
Okay,
Back on top.
you good?
All right, we're heading to the bottom of 1, and here comes the Custodes. Everybody, moving on out.
Moving on out.
Let's see what Eric is going to do.
I think he's gonna run forward.
It's like the running of the bulls, and there they go. Zoom.
Just like the running of the bulls, nobody wants to get caught up in that.
No. But he's found his target and he's moving forward.
That is a little bucolic.
Eric, I forgot to deploy my box. Oh, they're dead. Oh, well.
You could just reserve them in.
Because you don't have any way to go through. How else would they come in normally?
Just a web way.
Do you have command points? You could put
That's it.
them in.
Oh, well. They were mixed in with my shining spears. I needed them so hard.
How many were there? How 2 warlocks? There were 2.
100 points. So it's a 1900 point army.
All right, so 2 warlocks. They
Got drunk at the bar and didn't wake up in time.
They got drunk at the bar at
They-
the Infinity Bar, and they
were hungover this morning
I hate it when that
and showed up
happens to me.
late. Yeah.
They had too much sangria.
that reminds me of the old story of
I call them Jen and Jen.
of like how do you get an army to show up in medieval times, like to make sure everyone shows up because it's like, hey, we're gonna have a battle, and the Romans, not medieval times, but and the
Right.
Romans had all these really complicated systems, and everyone had to be mustered, you had to be there on time and whatever, and to make sure that the army arrived on time, and the Celts the Gauls would just basically, their rule was they put out a big muster in a region, and whoever showed up last was burned. And they were like,
Hey,
it worked just
okay.
as well.
Like,
Everyone showed up.
Everyone showed up. Whoever the guy showed up last, set him on fire.
Hey, Kane?
I mean, I guess you'd never get like a name for being late, right? You're like, there's never like Slow Bob who's always
Nope.
late. Nope.
Take
There's
He's crispy Bob.
well, there's faster than the last guy, Bob,
Yeah.
who's always the second to last to
Yep.
show up.
you move, so yeah, it's just gonna be reroll 1. Yeah. How many shots for water?
All right, so as you can see, all the Custodes have moved up.
We're getting some mortar fire here. It looks like.
Mortar fire. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guards there. You can see there's a few guard squads way in the extreme bottom right corner of the table. That's where the guard squads are deployed. Those 3 tan bases, those are mortars. It's a mortar squad, and they're shelling right now.
The shelling the wave peoples.
So we had a big cluster
Swift
of
riders,
and
cloud flyers.
So
what are they
you
called
can
there?
see Eric has moved there's a big cluster of 4 shield captains that are right up in the center of the table, right next to that. That's a little bucolic fantasy building that you really don't want to look out of the window right now.
Nope.
And 4 guys on jet bikes.
I mean, they're guys riding things with lances. Like
It's gotta go. That's
I
true.
feel like we
It's
need
perfect.
like a Custodes calendar, like the men of the shield. You know? Like,
Sure.
there's 6 in
March,
the
Sir Kay, April,
lights. The hair flowing.
Lancelot, August, Lancelot. And then we have a group of 3 of them on the far right, and then Eric is putting that one shield captain who you see kind of zoomed way forward up on the upper right.
Banana Mandrew makes a great point. He says, showing up for battle is like running away from the bear. You don't have to be the fastest. You just need to be faster than the other person.
You gotta wonder like if that could backfire. That they're like, well, I might be the last guy, so I'm not gonna show up, and then just like cascades at some point, right?
I would assume that the way that actually worked in real life is that probably like the two guys who are last, who know they're going to be last, there's some serious shenanigans to try to delay the other guy, so he's the one who gets burned.
Okay.
And they are going to go ahead and
It's just all a mistranslation.
So what you need to do is you just need to flatten the tires of whatever unit you want to be last the night before, so that you can spend extra time going out to party.
The wagon wheels.
I like to imagine that it's just a mistranslation, and like by burned, they just mean that they all sat around and insulted him, and like
No, that's true.
told your mama
They sat around and
jokes.
roasted him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my mama's not that fat, guys. Stop it.
She's been working on it. Like, she's been going to the gym.
I'll be faster next time. And they're like, your legs are so slow. You showed up last for the army. I was like, that's just true. All right, well, we've got some dead bikes in the middle. Looks like they got hit by some hurricane bolters. Because,
no, these are normal.
oh, these are normal guys.
Oh, these are just mortar fires or taking out
Mortars.
some of the Wind Riders.
Well, there goes my joke about how the Wind Riders blow away in a hurricane breeze. All right.
I'm sure that's going to happen.
It was
at some point.
like a perfect joke there.
At some point in this game, that's going to happen.
You see how they ruined my fun, folks?
It's very inconsiderate.
It is so inconsiderate.
Closest guy.
Yeah.
Two closest guys.
Shoot. Got over the black squad in the back?
Uh-huh.
Yep. They'll shoot at the squad at the back. Hurricane bolter, 6 shots. Okay. On twos. 3 roll ones. All hit, strength 4, toughness 4.
All right, here's that.
3.
Here's that hurricane breeze.
Back one.
On the back.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Blown away by the hurricane.
One man.
Are you happy?
I'm so happy, guys.
He came up with that. He's been waiting to use that for like 2 weeks.
5 hits.
More Hurricane Bolter fire.
More, yeah.
I mean, that's 48 shots. So, on
Well, they're at
those-
long range, so there's only 6 shots each.
Okay, that's 24 shots.
24 shots, yeah. I mean, that's still 4 models putting out 24 shots at long range.
Yeah, which is scary.
Uh,
Okay, he pulled another one.
you know, they're more like fish than bulls, I think. It's like schooling. They're so big, it looks like almost like schooling fish or like,
It does.
like circling sharks, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, this battle in particular, because it's all like the Eldar vehicles and jet bikes versus other guys on jet bikes. So it looks it's a very elegant kind of a look to it.
I think my biggest like regret about the jet bikes is that because they're Custodes, they have to be Custodes. They're not like Space Marine jet bikes.
Sure.
So you can't do Space Shark jet bikes
Give it time.
because it would be so good if you could make those jet bikes Space Sharks with the big fin and everything. All right, so that is the Custodes turn 1.
How did we do on scoring, Eric?
It's currently sitting 3 to 5.
3 to 5. All right. So the Custodes racked up 3 points, and I have to say, guys, that is a pretty fast turn 1. We are on to top of 2, and it is back to Craft World Samhain.
So the ones with the rubber bands have relics. Those are the 2 closest to the middle. Actually, it's the one that's in that. So that pack of 4 in the middle is the 2 top ones.
Yes.
So they both have 3 up and vulnerable saves. One of them gets to reroll charges. But the Custodes,
So even though the Custodes are all equal, those are the 2 who are more equal.
right.
They're the most
You
fabulous.
know, Lancelot and Galahad or something.
Exactly.
Right? They got
Who finds the Grail?
Galahad
It's Galahad. Yes, absolutely.
and Percival. I think there's 2 or 3 people actually
I
find
thought
the
it's
Grail.
Percival.
There's a couple people who find the Grail, depending on which version.
I think it is spelled the second way, Banana Mandrew, and pronounced.
All right, here we go. Is it Custodes versus Custodes? Is that the
no,
question?
Samhain.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Samhain is the holiday.
I have been corrected.
I mean, it's just named after. It's all the craft worlds are just
named
are,
after
are,
it.
are Gaelic words.
Well, no, this one's moved after this one. This one is named after the new Solo movie. It's the same Han, just played by a different actor.
You've got a field
Yeah, what's the higher rank or the Sinn Féin?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Killoran, we don't
Sinn
have
Féin.
access
Yeah,
to
it's
digital
not them.
lists, but you can check out the Best Coast Pairings app, which is linked in the article.
Yeah, I'll put
and
mine
you
up
can
later.
Yeah, I
check out who's playing.
We here, Larry can go hold these in front of the camera real quickly.
Banana Manager says A+ jokes, Abe.
Oh, thanks.
Chad is here for it.
I appreciate it. I assume that's what you're here for, not for the game or anything like that.
No, of course not. It's the color commentary, you know. That's what we tell ourselves so we sleep better at night.
Who sleeps? At night, at least.
I do when I've had too much sangria or fair.
And then she gets burnt at the battle the next day.
It was a conscious decision to go to sleep.
All right, so the Eldar are repositioning. They do not want to get charged by a bunch of Custodes,
No, nobody wants that.
which is a strange tactic on their part.
Why?
Well, normally, you would want to get charged by a bunch of Custodes and stabbed in the face.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, that sounds like my idea of a good time.
Yeah.
No.
But
All right.
for some reason, they're gonna decide to sit back and shoot.
Mike is kneeling. He's doing a lot of model of tabletop height
Toe over the edge of the
line of sight. He's doing some really careful eyeballing of his line of sight. There's some Eldar shenanigans coming. I can feel them.
Love shenanigans.
I mean, you could have just said Eldar.
I mean, they are synonyms.
There's some Eldar happening here.
probably should have advanced from Dark River. I don't think there's anything else. Oh. And then I need to move
The Warwalkers have moved up a little tiny bit.
Banana Manager says, Eldar using their insane mobility to skirt the battlefield and stay at range? Preposterous.
Yeah, this is a very classic Eldar.
All right, there goes you'll see it at the very, very bottom of the, just so you guys know, there's about 3 inches of the table at the very, very bottom that is cut off because our camera can only go 9 feet up in the air.
The other edge where you're...
where everything is.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. So directly behind, so you guys can see the Crimson Hunter is peeking
Right.
is peeking
I'm
out,
gonna hold off on the
and directly behind that Crimson Hunter are 2 Eldar Warwalkers.
I mean, it makes sense. They're like one of the few people who are walking to the war today. Trying to get in there.
Where's the third? Okay, cool.
I mean, the Eldar are doing such a good job of skirting the edge of the battlefield today. They're barely on camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Wave Servant will shoot. Sorry, second phase. I will guide. I will guide the Warwalkers. Goes off at 7.
What's the range on that?
24. Maybe up.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're.
Yeah.
It looked really close.
They're guided.
All right, so the Warwalkers are once more guided.
Okay, that's it.
That's Jen breaking everything in the background, guys.
I'm Jen from your rich.
Must be a Sunday.
Yeah, Wave Serpent, everything at this guy right here.
Gray or black? You got it. Which one? Pink?
That one, I can't see.
Yeah, just.
All right, our Wave Serpents are opening up.
Shark Mingo, last I checked, there were 25 people on the roster for this tournament.
So 9 shots.
We're gonna take you over to more of a tabletop angle, guys, so you can see kind of. There you go. So you can see that there's that Crimson Hunter, and directly behind it, way at the extreme corner of the table, is the pair of Warwalkers. We've got a Wave Serpent over on the left, and there's a bunch of Dire Avengers way on that lower quadrant. We're gonna go back to the overhead. We just wanted you guys to see that, so you can get an idea of what's actually going on in that lower quadrant. And that is that big group of 4 Custodes shield captains right in the center of the table behind that central building, and it looks like Mike is going to be trying to do whatever he can to start to knock those guys down.
Yeah.
2d3 shots.
Aw, Matt's in chat, and he says he's popping in for literally 1 second to say hey because he's going to go pick his mom up from the airport. Hey, Matt, Mom.
Everyone's dealing with moms today.
I guess if it's
Yeah.
the thing.
It's not Mother's Day, is
And
it?
in other mom-related news,
Right, exactly.
Banana
So
Mandrew
never mind.
and his wife, who is expecting their first, have just signed up for childbirthing classes. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
Congratulations. He said banana baby update.
The Chiquita banana.
Chiquita.
Could be the Star Child. Could be the future Emperor of Mankind. We don't know.
It could
We
be.
don't know.
I'll shoot him with the range.
Could be the next Eldar Autarch.
I mean, probably not. I assume Banana Mandrew and his wife are both human.
And
All right.
I mean,
That's an awful assumption.
Mike is rolling away.
no, assuming that they're human is the proper assumption, because then we don't have to purge it. This is how we keep the Inquisition away from you. You're welcome.
these bikes.
Okay, we have jet bikes.
Shooting the same guy. Yeah.
Who was
They're,
that?
they're going for that shield captain.
I mean, if one of them is Eldar, it could be who is the half Eldar Ultramarine librarian
Oh, God.
from like
I forgot-
Rogue Trader?
I forgot his name. But
So
he's
back
aw-
in Rogue Trader, when things were still weird, there was like this named character Ultramarine librarian who was half Eldar.
How is that possible? I didn't think Space Marines could procreate.
Well, it's not anymore.
This is during the early days
Yeah, I
when
get
they
this-
were just making
this
stuff
is a-
up. That
this-
was later
Yeah.
erased from canon.
Cool.
Well, Space Marines can't. He would have been half Eldar before he became a Space Marine.
That is Eric using a command point to reroll a save. That would have been
Then
that was critical.
I will shoot
Well, you said half, so I thought you meant like dad was a Space Marine, mom was a.
shooting with Warhammer.
All right, those Warwalkers are gonna.
That's a love story I would read. The romance that blossoms between a Space Marine and an Eldar.
One hit.
Isn't that the
These are
your
reroll.
brain Googlemon story?
So I'm down to 5. Let's see if we gotta get it back.
What?
All right, we got a command. So that is an Eldar command point rerolling. He's trying to get. Mike is really trying to get some hits in.
Wounds. Does wounds. 1 involved.
That would be hilarious though. He's all in love with Iraine and wants to get with her, and she's all
that's another
no,
bike
bro.
down.
I'm just gonna turn your people to.
That is
human again.
another.
Kill
So
them."
That's our-
there were 4 jet bikes in the
thinking of
center.
Arwen.
Now there are
Now
3.
it's like
You're right.
Ancient for the jet.
I haven't heard about anything about her in Gulamon.
She brought him back to life and everything. Clearly.
That's right.
And then they hung out for a long time. She was there.
Oh, as long as it's all characters? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll shoot
So anything
the
behind,
nearest 4 jet bike.
anything behind this line, yeah, you can shoot it,
Okay.
or in front of this line.
I'm calling it now. Guilliman and your brain. Power couple 2019. That's gonna be the summer campaign.
2 hits.
And they're gonna have a love child who's gonna have to go into hiding because he'll be like a sensei or something crazy.
Well, the love child will probably be what brings the emperor back to life. That's how the emperor is going to be reincarnated, is the love child, because it'll be his son plus the death god powers.
That's pretty good.
All right.
All right. There you go. You're welcome, Games Workshop.
I could ship it. Yeah.
2 hits.
All right.
8,
He's got pulse lasers.
2 wounds.
Yeah, they both did there.
All right, there's a lot of not a
Wow.
lot of good and vulnerable saves.
That is
over
the
there.
that was the Crimson Hunter. Just smoked
Picking
another
up
one.
4 other ones, but
Yeah, that plane irritates me.
Wow. So that was again. We're seeing. I have to say, I'm normally pretty down on Crimson Hunters, but they may have found a whole new niche in life as jet bike hunters, because they're very good at it. Their weapons are very high damage output. They're fast. They're accurate. And they get the +1, so they pretty much. I think they're just hitting on 2s all the time against those guys.
I'm not certain. Yeah, something like that. Well, it's the Exarch, so you just like reroll 1s or something too.
Yeah.
Also gets to reroll assaults or charges.
So this deployment definitely, I would say, benefited the Eldar.
Right.
The catty corner deployment.
Yeah, it's letting them keep their distance.
Yeah, it was really good for them.
they maybe.
And they've got, and this Eldar army has just enough high-powered weapons
But I do
that
think
are getting
that.
through invulnerable saves.
But next turn is when we should see all the assaults going off.
We should see
And
some
that-
assaults.
and that's where it's going to get really rough, really
Yep.
fast.
I think the only nope.
2 more failed, 3 up involves. Yeah. He's at 5. I believe that's it, sir.
Alright,
We still have.
Let's go ahead and score it.
so you killed a guy, you did stuff over there.
Yep.
You're holding objectives, so there's 3 points there. And you're not holding an enemy, no 9+, no 2 enemy objectives.
Yeah, every model does count. So
3 points up to 8.
those losses are big.
So you scored 3. Yep. And that is the deal with the Custodes, is they hit like a freight train, but every guy you lose matters, especially in an army like this.
Yeah, I'm over my reserves in now.
Oh yeah, good. Deep strikers.
Yeah.
All right, it is to the bottom of 2, everybody, and here go the Custodes. Oh, I think we may actually see it. We're gonna see my favorite thing ever in Warhammer 40,000, which is
Jousting with a plane?
which is jousting with aircraft. I'm gonna put my lance through your canopy and take it. Gotta love the Grimdark.
Well, there's nothing that plane can do about it.
We had a fantastic battle a couple weeks ago where a shield captain on a jet bike on his last wound charged and took down an orc Wazbomb blastojet, killed it, and then it crashed and exploded and took him with him. It was great. It was everything I ever wanted out of a 40k game.
The one thing I really want out of the new orc book is that vehicles explode on line 4s.
Just like on 3s. Orc vehicles should just explode all the time.
They really should. My most fun orc games have been losing horribly, but everything blows up.
Everything blows up.
Yes.
So good.
I
mean, the
agree.
burn bomb is at its most effective.
Bam.
All right, so Eric is he's shuffling around. We got two of the Custodes. He has peeled them off, and they are making a beeline for that that Crimson Hunter. I think he has just about had enough of that Crimson Hunter zipping around the edges of the table, pecking at him.
Well, if he can take out the Crimson Hunter and then the big guns on the Warwalker, that's a lot of the things that are really deadly for his.
Yep, and then the other shield captains have all grouped up in the center behind that building again. And he's going straight to the shooting phase, starting off with those mortars.
-2. No, -1.
You're gonna mortar some.
Those are the mortars that are way, way, way on the extreme right part of the table, behind that tower. And they're shelling all the way over the board on those.
Wave Serpent.
On the Wave Serpent.
Which is nothing they were in range of.
So that's the Wave Serpent on the far left with the white stripe.
And it didn't care.
Didn't care at all. We got 3 more mortars. You'll see them. Those are the 3 on the bottom right. They're going after the Warwalkers, which is a good soft target
The
for them.
Warwalkers, yes, -1.
It's not a good target for them.
Should be.
Only on 5, 6s.
It's easier to kill the Warwalkers than it is to kill the
Sure.
tank. I'm saying
Sure.
the only easier targets they have on this table are the jet bikes, and those are way out of range. Oh, I forgot. Also, there is a squad of Pathfinders at the very top of that. I forgot what that tower's called.
Now they're gonna hit the bikes.
Okay, they're going after the bikes.
We will have a total of 12 shots.
The Fortress of Redemption. The Fortress of Redemption. That's what it's called.
The Tower of Absolution.
And it's a beautiful Fortress of Redemption. Also, with just an alternative paint scheme, that thing works perfectly as a Fortress of Mortarion.
True. True.
You guys seen Annihilation?
I have.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for everyone out there watching, go see Annihilation. It's really good.
But see Black Panther first, because it's better.
Oh, it's just different.
I haven't seen Annihilation. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
It's like popcorn.
I'm going to go see it this Wednesday.
It's like popcorn versus like a filet mignon. It's different. They're both good. There's good in different ways.
Yeah, Black
Right.
Panther is definitely like a filet mignon. Very rich.
Oh my god, I'm not even talking.
Meaty
to you.
steak, lots to bite into there.
Okay, here we go. 4 shield captains. Eric is deciding whether he wants to light up the Wave Serpent or the Rangers on top of the Tower of Redemption. Looks like he's going into the Wave Serpent. So those are the guys in the center lighting up with Hurricane Bolters. He's firing directly to the left at the Wave Serpent with the white stripe, the white chevron.
So we're going to shoot a lot of Storm Bolter shots at the plane.
Yep, here we go.
Hoping to put some wounds onto
So
it.
24 shots. Now we're into the 2 shield captains that are on the far bottom of the table.
-1 picture flying, or supersonic, right?
Which the jet, yes.
So 2 of this.
Six.
Alright. So we got a wound on the first one on the plane.
Good to go.
Second bite, same time. 5 hits. 2 wounds.
2 more wounds on the plane.
Took a wound. Down to 11.
Puts
All
one
right.
on the plane.
That's 1 wound on the Crimson Hunter.
Those are some long range shots.
Only 11 left.
Now we've got close range hurricane bolters.
Here we go. There'll be 24 of these. Let's see how much damage they can do to it. That's the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Reroll once. Miss.
We're about to see.
2.
Alright.
Two more. No.
2 more wounds on the thing.
On the Crimson Hunter.
And this is all just gravy before lances.
Yep.
Second bite's tank perfect.
There we go. 12 more. Storm bolter shot. Hurricane bolters from the second shield captain.
2's a miss.
Just plinking away. Pink, pink, pink.
5's a wound. 5 dice, or 5 wounds.
Ooh, that was a good roll. 5 wounds.
Take 2 more away. Down to 7.
All right. It's down to 7 from 12 originally,
That's
correct?
just incidental hurricane bolters.
All right.
So Banana Mandra's got a question.
So 5
It says,
wound.
General 40k question. When the upcoming Xenos codices were first announced, I thought they said that the order would be Dark Eldar, then Tau, then Necrons. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff about Tau about to come out, but don't
Okay,
recall
so that
hearing
looks like
anything
the
about a
addition.
Dark Eldar release. Did I miss
Okay.
something? Did they adjust the release schedule? Was Dark Eldar coming out first, just a figment of my imagination?
Well, so what they did was technically they announced all 3 and they put up a piece of artwork. And that piece of artwork that they put out, just artistically, they put the codexes out in a certain order from left to right, and people made the assumption that the order that they appeared in the artwork, which was Drukhari on the left, Tau in the middle, and Necrons in the middle. People assumed that that was going to be the release order, but they never did actually specify. They simply said these will be the next 3 codexes.
Yeah.
So I think people just assumed.
And they probably read them in that order at one point, too.
Right.
So they
So-
had never officially given any
Yeah.
dates. So
Yeah.
that was the assumption.
Yeah. So technically, they're correct. They just simply said the next 3 codexes will be the following, and the tower coming out first.
Yeah. So Dark Eldar have not come out. They will be coming out soon, I assume. But Tower next.
Yeah, Tau are next. Okay, and there we go. We have an assault.
Ooh, all right. 2 of them.
All right. We're going to switch over to the alternative camera so you guys can see that action shot right there. Check that out, everybody. That right there, you're looking on the far right of the screen. That is the 2 shield captains in combat with the Crimson Hunter. It has 7 wounds left. Let's see what they can do to it with their lances.
Wounded on 4 is reroll because it's a charge.
So first one hit with everything. Wounds on 4 and rolls.
So that's going to be 6 minus 3.
Not 1.
So
That's D3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I just need to roll.
Yeah.
Thank you to Leonis, Deadlift Kid 7,
Yes.
Scions,
Oh.
so the plane
Ultramar,
explodes.
Okay, it
Lord
is.
Lord Steven,
that
and
guy.
Failer Bravo for those follows.
Hey,
Welcome
thank
to
you.
Valkyrie.
Other guy. 3.
All right.
Ooh, okay, so both of those shield captains, they cut through that thing like a hot knife through butter. It's gone, but it did explode. Boom, and he did it had 7 wounds left. I think he did like 12 or 13 to it, but it did a lot of mortal wounds in return.
That was just one of the shield captains. The other one didn't even get to attack.
Ugh.
So he got hurt for nothing.
That's
So
nasty.
that is your classic 40k scene right there. 2 shield captains on jet bikes with lances. Cut that airplane in half. Blew it up. Took a wound in return. Kept on flying. I'll let you guys decide who the actors are in that movie. I hope that Tom Cruise was in the Crimson Hunter.
Ew.
In the Crimson Hunter, so he died.
I'm sorry, the Eldar have standards. They would never choose Tom Cruise.
Tom Hiddleston.
I believe that is.
Ooh.
I just hope.
Jen likes that.
I just
I
imagine.
like that. Yeah.
I just imagine them recutting the Star Wars film, so like Jack Porkins is flying that Eldar group hunter.
That's
I
true.
can hold it together. I can hold it together. Boom.
That's true. He's just eating the fried chicken. Eating the fried chicken as those lances go right into him. Good old Jeb Porkins.
What do you think? Like
All right,
Eldar eat
let's swing on
instead
back, Jen, to
instead
our
of,
overhead.
fried.
What do what?
Like instead, like Eldar don't eat fried chicken. What do you
Well,
think?
they poop crystals, so I think they eat flavor crystals.
It's
It's
just
like Pop
it's just
Rocks.
all
It's
crystals.
like
Pop
Pop Rock.
Rocks.
It's like Pop Rocks. It's the standard. It's like
I know in the Jane's Arc
that's-
book they talk about like,
that's the-
feasts of like
They have built-in
meats
protection
and
against,
fruits and.
crystal
Those-
meats
those
and
before
crystal
the fall,
fruits. I understand.
right?
More wood.
I
Yeah, it was
understand.
just after.
I understand.
Well, yeah, but like
Meat.
Actually, no. This was a long time after.
Because I like it now. Now that you say like flavor crystals, I imagine like the different craft worlds go get the poop crystals from other craft worlds, and those are their flavor craft, right? Like,
Real quick.
You get a five
Eric.
No, they just have to file a bin ball regardless.
Oh, okay.
So like a normal guy will get a file a bin ball.
Oh, okay.
Eric, how did we do on scores on bottom of 2?
We're out tied 8-8.
All right. All right. So he got max right there. So at the bottom of turn 2, it is 8-8. It is back to the top of 3, and let's see what Mike can do. We have Eldar getting out of vehicles. They are scrambling around. They
dire Avengers, yeah.
that Crimson Hunter went from totally intact to gone from 2 shield captains. One turn. So
So the downside for Eric here is
They're
that
not
those
gonna
shield
like-
captains that took the mortal wounds are the ones that have 3 up and vulnerable saves,
yes.
which kind
Now
of
I don't know how many wounds did they each take on those 2 guys?
They're starting at 7.
Yeah.
He is sitting at 2 wounds. He is sitting at 5 wounds.
Remaining. Okay. So one of them has 5 wounds. He's still in good shape. One of them though is pretty wounded. He's
There
down
was
to
a total of
he's
5
down to
mortal
2.
wounds between the 2 of them from
Oof.
the explosion.
Wow,
One
that
took
was-
3 and one took 2.
Because there was 3 of them.
Yep.
3 that landed on the guy with the pink rope band, and then 2 that landed on the guy with the blue rope.
Which is heavy enough wounds from the explosion that explosion was effectively a 3rd firing phase for that Crimson Hunter. So it lucked out right there.
But Mike's got to get rid of those guys.
I'm going to step out for just a second, guys, and I'm going to leave you guys with Abe and Jen to have fun, and I'll be back in just a few.
Hey, it's the Ava Jen show.
Come back with fried chicken.
No, I don't want fried chicken.
Oh, and something that Abe can eat, like fried shrimp. What about us? We need food, Larry.
Am I not a boy?
We're your kids
Are we
too.
not boys?
For those of you listening, I did buy everybody donuts, which, as we know, is the foundational food group in the United States. Oh, and by the way, whoever wins this game, you gain a donut or the ability to make the loser eat the donut. That's because we have spare donuts.
Shame donut.
Eat it. Eat
Time
it. No.
honored bowls tournament tradition. The donut of shame.
So Mike,
Because you too can eat your feelings.
go ahead and switch to the other camera real quickly, so we can see a little bit better from this angle here. Mike is swinging his army down to this bottom right here,
Shenanigans around.
to try to concentrate fire on those 2 injured shield captains. They are the hurt ones, and they're the closest ones. If they can't let them survive and get into him, or they will continue to wreck his units. So they've got, if they can live,
There's blood in the water.
yeah. If they somehow survive, that's probably dead Warwalkers and dead Dark Reapers, something like that. Definitely some good options there to keep his guys. He's gotta throw the fire on them, and then we've still in the middle got another cluster of 4. And as we saw, even just 1 or 2 of those captains is a threat to any of his units, any of his vehicles. So.
Okay. Second phase. I'm going to do Guide on Warwalkers. Go off with a 9.
We're gonna try to not.
Yeah.
Command point. Use the It's a strategy for it.
Gotcha.
Deny it like a second.
Gotcha.
All right.
And it went off on what?
9.
So Eric.
No, I do not.
Eric tried to use a stratagem
that's
to
fine.
deny
Right?
guy, but he did not.
Goes off with an 8.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I would have usually reroll, so I'm down to 5. So down now, I'm down to 4. Sorry. Let's see if I get it back. I do not.
Do I get it? No, I do not.
The reroll. 3.
On a 6 up, it'll ignore it. Nope. All 3 go through.
All right. And that guy is smoked.
I may have overcommitted on this. We'll see. How many does he have left?
5.
5. Okay, cool. I think they are going to range down. Yep, that's fine. And then ace bros. Let's see. Nope. So 3
Right.
range.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Any other psychics?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's good. I guess
You
I
guys
forgot.
smart.
It's a bad point, but I'm not going to.
Well, you haven't rolled that yet, so.
That's okay. I think I probably get him. Everybody else is sort of outrageous. 5. Yeah.
Hey Jack, welcome to the chat. This is
Yeah, actually,
table
I will.
1 of the very first
gonna
game
do
of
it.
today's tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We will be hosting 3
Goes up and
rounds on
down.
our channel today, so you might yet see some blood
You just
angels.
try to see if I get it back.
I don't know if there are any today, but we've definitely got a red army for
It's the
you.
one that
Yeah,
lets
we do have a
the
red army.
Farseer cast 1 more power.
Yep.
I thought the parts here could cast 3 powers.
Just two.
Just 2? Yours.
All right, so we got continuing psychic ability,
3.
So it's in the 4.
and Mike is down to 3 command
So
points.
he's doomed. Okay, so the Wave Servant's going to use a Serpent Shield. I want him 2 up. Shooting phase.
Serpent shield's exploding.
Yeah,
Try it.
I'm going to try to re-roll that. So see if I get it back. On a 6. I do. I'm still at 3.
I do not.
Okay. On a 2 up. Good. Goes off. D3 mortal wounds. 3.
Oof. So those mortal wounds are stacking up on the Custodes.
2 ones left.
Here's the.
That was
shooting
Serpent Shield exploding into the Custodes captain. He took 3 mortal wounds, and now he's getting shot by the actual guns.
4s. 6s are nothing. Never mind. So 2 regulars, 2 up.
2 chill dice. Good.
And then the 3 Dire Avengers that were in range there.
Yep.
3 Dire Avenger.
Number 5s. Ooh.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Yes, sir.
Armor.
Good to go.
Not armor.
Good to go.
Pass them all.
The Warwalkers.
Right.
They're guided.
Warwalkers are going to try to finish him.
All hit. 3s.
Doom.
Doom. Thank you. 4 Inlaw.
Oof.
2 go through.
It won't matter. He's only
Yeah,
got
he's only got 2. Okay.
And that'll take him down. I've seen a lot of failed invulnerable saves.
Our characters on the. I guess they're all characters, right? So
Yeah.
Does it matter though? They're all the same.
No, those are all identical.
I'll shoot the closest one with the strength 8 one.
All right, so we got Dark Reapers throwing some big shots.
The Exarch will shoot.
Exarch has 36.
The Custodes will definitely take some heavy damages.
Thank you. He's out of range. That's fine. Cool.
The Eldar have
so
managed to
5
skirt the
for
table and stay out of range a lot of this game. The Custodes still can do some damage if they get there.
Strength 8.
And right now they are tied on points.
Flat 3.
Flat 3. 4. Which one?
Let's see which one it is. Whatever the closest one. There you go. Yeah. Snipers at him.
Right.
All right. So did a few wounds to the Custodes captain and throw in some sniper shots at him too.
Nothing.
Right.
And
Try to whittle them down.
The jet bike at that closest one.
Yep.
Fours, 2 saves.
2 armor.
2 ups.
Yep.
Go. Okay, this wave serpent.
And this wave serpent, and this wave serpent.
Shield, so he's gonna shoot his shurikens at this guy who he can see.
Shield's out range of 18?
Shield's out of range, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
It's just 18.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one shot unless you spend the command point on it, right?
Correct, yeah.
Reroll one.
One.
All right. We got more wave serpent shooting, trying to
Fours.
whittle down the
No
bikes.
2.
No saves, just 2 saves, yeah.
But they're not having much luck there.
Cool. Fire prism, same thing.
Yep. D3s.
2, 3. It's gonna be 4. 3 to hit.
Just shooting shots off there.
9. 3 wounds.
And that's all of this outside.
Yeah.
4 plus. 2 up there.
2
Wait. Command point.
All right.
1 goes
We got a command point save.
for 1.
Yep.
And do I get command point back? No, I do not.
We've
Phase 1, he is at 6.
all right.
This is turn 3.
Yep. Yep.
Or,
I forgot what Shining Spear is.
oh, really?
Oh well. Yeah. I haven't played this game in a while. Your turn.
Sucks, man.
So what they just brought up is Mike has a unit of shining spears in reserve that
Not playing.
he had forgot to bring in, and this was turn 3. So that's the unit of shining spears and some warlocks that he's forgotten this game that are just gone. And
Cool.
Mike's up to 11 at the end of his turn 3. He did clear out those 2 injured Custodes, but we still got the 4 in the center. And it's Eric's turn 3. Let's see what he can do.
I do, yeah.
There is still a unit of fire. As he pointed out, there is still a unit of fire dragons and one of the wave serpents. Jen.
You what?
Mike's at 11 points. And it's time for Eric's turn 3. See what he can do. But it looks like we're gonna get some more Eldar, some more Custodes charges off. He's gonna have to see what he can get in there.
I'm really sad now there's not going to be some spear on spear action.
There's not gonna be any spear on spear action. It's because all those dead jet bikes aren't actually dead. They floated away and are fighting.
You should have told me if you noticed.
I didn't even notice.
No, not you. Abe. I could hear that you noticed it. Should have just told me.
We're not supposed to interfere.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Alright, so take aim. You're gonna fire at the serpent.
Yeah.
D6 shots.
Something like that happened in the last tournament too. What was it? Some big mistake was made in one of the games.
Well, I know Chris, in one of our early tournaments, Chris skipped a psychic phase with his Eldar.
That was it. Yeah, he skipped a
For
psychic phase.
more
Oh, yeah.
for these guys.
And we're sitting here like, no.
Yeah.
24, nothing.
I mean, I don't know if there's any Blood Angels here or not today. I didn't look through all the lists. There may be. I didn't see anyone. I did my initial skirt through and saw some of them.
There are some Sisters of Battle.
There is an entire Sisters list here today. This is true. I saw 2 or 3 Celestines out there today. So we have actually, you wouldn't.
36, so it doesn't really matter.
We have a lot of Imperials out there. A lot of super heavies today. So maybe we'll
and
see.
at least a couple armies of Custodes.
Yeah.
I saw 2.
Yep. So I think this is the first tournament that Custodes were allowed in here,
Yep.
Not -1.
They're liking the new hotness.
and they're just getting painted
They
up.
don't like in this kind of not -1.
Okay, I got one more that's gonna go into the Dark Reapers. mortar into them, and a mortar into a 5-man.
So you can see, Jen, you want to go to the top camera?
Because they're going to take the other order.
So you can see that the bikes have run up. They're moving in where they can charge probably the wave serpents.
Second mortar shooting here, third mortar shooting here.
And we've got mortar fire peppering the Eldar infantry.
2 shots. They'll miss. To the single bike.
Second bite.
4 shots.
Not minus 1.
Again. 4 hits. Need 4s. 4.
Ooh.
He's dead.
So that one bike is dead. I think that's the last of the wind peoples. People of the wind. Those who ride the winds.
You said they're -1?
Yeah, who is? I'm sorry.
The
Direbenders?
Yeah.
Yes.
so 1.
Alright.
1 hit. 1 hit. Excuse me. No.
With all the mortar fire. It didn't kill any of the infantry, but that bike, I guess he was flying high and just caught the mortar around like a football. He was like, oh, what's that? Boop. Ah, boop.
Put a hurricane up top. And the trappers.
Alright. Yeah, Hurricane Bolter's trying to take out some of these rangers up top.
You should be within a quarter.
That is the perfect location for rangers to be.
Mm-hmm.
Super freaking high. Can't touch this.
Like, so high up here, man.
So high.
Just because they're in terrain?
Yes, correct. -1 plus the 12-inch. If you're over 12 inches, they're
I'm
-1.
in hurricane rapid fire range.
Oh, are you? Okay, well then they're on -1.
Am I?
Gotta love that about rangers. Super hard to hit when
Up or
they're
down or?
in terrain.
I think so, right? Yeah.
If it's up, then spawn on too many dice.
That tire makes it almost impossible to get within rapid fire range.
Oh, I guess, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how you would play it, dude.
Yeah, if we're doing straight range,
Okay.
I rolled too many dice. And still 2 misses. Strength 4.
Yeah, they reach turn 3 real fast. I mean, the Custodes only have about 10 models that are actually moving in that matter, and they're dying quick, and the Eldar don't have a ton of models either, so.
It's actually a very small model army.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
Well, I mean, lots of big expensive things.
yeah, those 10 Custodes jet bikes are like almost like 1,700 points of the army, so.
But in previous tournaments, we've seen lists that are so huge that they only got to like what, turn 2.
Yeah, I think we've always gotten at least to turn 3.
Like, but maybe the barely to turn 3.
Yeah, the games that we're streaming are generally deadly enough that they tend to get decently far. But this is definitely a fast-playing game today.
4.
So that's a couple of the Rangers have gone down.
Ones. You said -2.
Yeah.
2 hits.
And if you like covering tournament play and you are also interested in Warhammer narrative play and any other kind of gameplay that is in the Warhammer universe, both Age of Sigmar and 40k, you can by all means follow our channel. We broadcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of every week, at least one 40k or Age of Sigmar game.
Mm-hmm.
We do RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons and Delta Green and Savage Worlds in the evenings. And we do special broadcasts where we bring in artists from the local community, local game masters, convention coordinators, things like that, and we do interviews and roundtables and discussions about new games and content that have come
Put
out.
them within 5?
Yeah.
Yep, we do hobby on Thursdays.
Yes, we do. We've got some very prominent and fantastically diverse painters that work with us. We've got Goat Boy
Yeah, so 6 up.
on Thursday.
Jet bikes will be able to
Oh, okay.
Goat Boy in the evening on Thursdays, and during the afternoon we've got Mike, the veteran sergeant,
come up and blank.
painting a ridiculous slew of miniatures for you guys.
Yeah. All right, so we've got some charges going on here. So it looks like one of the jet bikes charged the Wave Serpent. Now that Wave Serpent does still have fire dragons in it.
Just put it in the base.
So the second jet bike, because he's a flyer, he can ignore the height and charge up there, and he's going to be engaging the Rangers.
Rude.
Yes.
You're not supposed to engage rangers.
Why not?
So
They're super sneaky.
they're non-monogamous and don't believe in wedding vows,
10 inches to the Wave Serpent from here.
Nice.
so you can't engage them. They don't like to be engaged.
Free spirits, you know.
Minimum 11.
So if you pay attention to Warhammer RPGs at all, the new Wrath and Glory system is launching soon, and one of the playable characters is a Aeldari Ranger. They have a Ranger, a Warlock, and a... oh, what's the other one?
Let's go and start with him.
So the other two jet bikes did fail their charges, unfortunately. They needed some kind of long charges to get over that hill down at the bottom. They're going to be stranded out there. Not great for them. But the other ones are going to try to wreck a couple vehicles and finish off those Rangers.
It's the swashbuckler captain style
Pirate?
Aeldari. Yeah, like the pirate guy. What's the name of it? It starts with this C.
Toughness is...
Words are not coming to me.
Toughness 3.
No? You're looking at me like I'm nuts.
Is this a Harlequin thing?
No, it's not a Harlequin thing. It's the free range people that do their own thing.
Chickens?
Yes.
Starts with a C. Is it free range?
It is chicken, yes. Corsair. Thank you. That's
Corsair.
the one. Banana Mandrew got my back. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's
I don't know why that
I was
word
like,
comes
is this a
to me.
unit from the book? All right, so that is some dead Rangers.
And then his consolidation. Put that in closer.
Didn't you guys ever open it? I can get you some.
You have some?
I have
Oh my
like
God, you're
500.
amazing.
I should have a ton.
Abe, saving lives.
All right, I'll be right back. Jen's gonna yell at the camera.
I'm gonna yell at the camera. I don't have to yell. You can hear me
Whisper at the
from
camera.
here.
You got strength 6 and strength 5.
That's it, kids. Dad's gone. Uncle's gone. I'm all alone, in charge of the stream.
3 charging this turn. You got 2 at -3.
This thing?
Yes.
6s? Go through.
D3 each. 6. Huh?
I get my list of. Can't remember. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what happened?
You take 6 damage.
6 damage. Or 7.
What's just like Tuesday's Banana Mandrew?
What time is this round then?
You guys started playing at like 10, around 10:40, so it's 12:05 right now. I think you should have at least like 20 more minutes.
Yeah. He's not degraded as D3. Or sorry, 3 attack.
Ah, no Abe, no Larry. Yeah.
Nothing.
Alright. Have we turn? We are killing enemy unit, is 1 point, holding an objective makes it 3, holding enemy objective, so it puts me at 5,
You have one?
top.
Yep.
So how many points is that, gentlemen?
13, I'm sitting at a total of 13,
13 points. Nicely
to
done.
11 for the round 3.
All right, and on to round 4. They will get those bonus points.
Go ahead and get your movement, I gotta head real quick, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there were 2.
We've got until 1:15. So another hour.
No, I did not.
All right, folks. I'm almost out. I don't know if I have enough left, but here we go.
Abe comes back and is trying to tell me he doesn't have enough ibuprofen to spare me some, and hands me a 1,000 tablet bottle that is almost full.
Oh, I don't know how bad your headache is.
Really bad. That sangria is the devil's juice. For anybody not in the area, I am a participant at the Sherwood Forest Fair Renaissance Festival just outside of Austin, and yesterday was the opening day, and needless to say, there was a potent quantity.
Is this new?
I had it, but I had it wider for upper arm. This is it was given to me by one of my camping clan members as a thank you for my
Got till
service to the
1:15. It's
fair.
another hour. Yeah.
These are a traditional Norse gift that is given out in a show of thanks for doing things that benefit the clan or the tribe, bringing honor to their name.
The gun will be out of range, 'cause that's how we play that.
Right.
But the assault,
The assault is straight
if
distance.
I can just get right here, you're okay with that?
Yeah, it's straight distance, just measure it out, 1 inch, so that's it. As long as you can get to the edge of there.
Basically,
Yeah.
All right. So we are gonna get. Looks like we're planning to maybe get some lance on lance action here, with the Nova Lance, which is out of range to shoot, but actually only an inch away from charging because, you know, fun 40k rules. Yeah. The Eldar are maneuvering. That Waveserpent managed to survive, and they're gonna see. They've really got to clear out those guys now because those other two bikes are getting pretty danger close. But we do have some fire dragons popped out, so it's probably gonna be 2 more dead bikes. It's gonna need some good and vulnerable save rolls for those 2 bikes to survive this. We need them to come through finally.
The Emperor protects.
Yes, bam.
it's a lot shorter than this.
And that Wave Serpent's gonna pop around. Mike's positioning to try to clear out some of the backboard if he can. It looks like get those
And
pesky
Larry now
mortars.
not only left us, but he came and didn't bring us food.
We get to go get food.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna do some
I'm
smiting.
just sassy.
I got a 9.
I burned the stream down while you were gone, Larry.
Let the sky fall.
Call me Adele.
Need to reroll another 2. See if I can attack. No.
You got a single command point from that?
Yeah, he's got them in the couple.
So that is, so that is 3 more mortal wounds from smite.
He's got his here's a Shrieking's catapult from the. Sorry, guy. You don't mind. Look at guys up.
I don't know, Larry. You didn't bring me food. Now you want to use my charge cable?
Oof.
Does go up and allow it to non-peril.
Oh, your phone's dead. Okay.
Okay, for his, what is it, 5s, so 1.
There's some good face work going on over here. All right, and returning at long last from his exile.
Hello, everybody.
He was banished for 1,001 lunches, but now he's returned, like a demon from the warp.
This is my sultry radio voice. Hello,
Post-lunch
everybody.
voice.
You're listening to the sweet dulcet sounds of Bowls Air for the next 6 hours.
Bowls 104.5. Adult contemporary and grimdark clashes.
Yes.
What's next up? We've got the Nurgle song.
That's for later. That's for round 2.
That's for when Nurgle shows up. We still gotta write lyrics for the other songs. For every faction needs its own song.
That's true.
Well, they
We
can
do.
40k
We are
musical.
always taking your submissions on lyric content for our different
Oh my gosh.
theme songs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Two show capitals, huh?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Just for that.
So, yeah, the Emerald
Uh,
and the Hammer
On the tower.
is good.
Oh.
He's got
Yeah.
Ooh.
1 left.
So the big thing was.
He ruthlessly charged into those rangers and wiped them off the board.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get Nova Lanced, I think, if he survives.
Damn Xeno's tech.
Yep.
That's right. Superior tech.
That is
Been developing it for
that,
millennia.
that is yet another amazing grimdark scene. Is the Rangers carefully adjusting their scopes when shield captain.
Ah, what? He's so fast. Only Eldar tech is that
How
fast.
bad?
I'm 50 feet up, and it didn't help.
And Mike accidentally forgot to bring in his shining spears during the rest.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'll bring him in next turn.
No.
No,
they
that was
did.
right.
Oh, he totally forgot. Ooh.
Uses Serpent Shield on him.
Yep.
2 up.
Very cool.
Goes off.
All right. So they
Use
are.
reroll, so just 1. Does he get a 6 up thing? Or it's only in
It's
second?
only in second phase.
So what's he at left?
3.
So 3 wounds on that one, but another shield captain went down. The one up on top
Might as well.
is down.
Drag.
All right.
Oh, let me
Boom.
finish shooting.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So we're not gonna get any lance on lance action.
Oh.
Mike's ruthlessness in the shooting phase is denying us cool jousting.
The 2. Yeah, I'll take it. And then the angle. That's fine. So he's got 2 turrets.
Okay. And, yep, Fire Dragons.
Alright, now here's the fire dragon. He's gonna finish that guy off, I think.
Shit, it was early, that's okay.
Go ahead and switch that now.
3s. 1. 1 involved.
Yes.
Made it.
Alright, so the fire dragons fail to finish the guy off.
So Fire Prism.
But there's still more fire on this table.
You'll
so
you'll see that fire prism right there on the lower
Yep.
left. So this is all the action taking part way up in the Eldar in the Eldar deployment zone, up in their quarter.
2d6.
And that one shield captain is he's just like he's charging on in there and
9 shots.
seeing if he can make it. Ooh, 9 shots. That's from the fire prism right to the face
Ready on 3.
of that remaining shield captain.
4 misses. 5 hits. Need 4s.
Okay, 5 hits,
3.
3 wounds.
AP -3.
Ooh, -3. So
2 go through.
2 go through. Let's see.
What's the damage on him?
Does he have 3 left?
He's got 2 left. So,
Oh, okay, yes.
so one of them saves.
Oh, you say 1 of them? Okay.
I saved one of them, so 2 of them have gone through.
Okay.
What's the damage on it?
I think it's just 1.
It's just one?
Let me double check.
All right, we'll see.
seeing
It's
if he
good.
wants to spend a reroll.
It's going to depend. Yeah, it's going to depend on what
You haven't done that yet.
what mode of fire was that, Mike?
Yeah, just 1. Just 1.
Dispersed.
Okay, so that was dispersed, so it's only 1.
And it doesn't matter.
No.
Do I get it back? No.
Oh,
Got him.
oh yeah.
That fire prism exactly. He had 2 wounds left. Exactly 2 wounds made it through. Bam. I'm gonna see what else. Let's see what else the Eldar have.
Dark Reapers at that guy? The back guy?
Got Dark Reaper. There's Dark Reapers. You can barely see them peeking up there at the very bottom of the.
Yeah.
Tempest. 4. 3 hits.
All right.
You guys reroll 1.
We have Dark Reapers. They're just off camera. They're to the left of the tower, on the extreme. They're literally right about. They're on the edge of the table, on the far left central location. They're firing directly across
All right, I put them at 6.
at those other shield captains. And they're firing on the shield captains that are kind of nestled behind that hill, but they can still be seen over it because of their tall bases.
Yep.
The almighty tallness.
One's a flat 3.
Those are those super nasty Starshot missiles that do 3 damage apiece. Shield captains do not like those.
He's at range.
He put some wounds on it. He didn't drop any though, but he definitely wounded one of them pretty bad.
The Warwalkers aren't going to get shoot anything.
Did what I needed.
In the middle somewhere.
What I could, anyway. Okay. Yeah, the Wave Serpent's the last thing. I'm gonna spin a command point, go down to 1, see if I get it back on a 6. No, I don't.
I get it back. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, Kurov Zakila steals
Steals that command point.
steals a command
4
point.
wins.
That is that Wave Serpent. What did that, Mike? The Bright Lance? That was the...
other shots are wasted.
Okay, that was
No,
3...
That was a bracement shield, I think, exploding.
Oh, okay. And that was the last Eldar shooting of the phase, and it did take out that last. So that was a rough one. That's 3 shield captains went down this turn. Down to 1.
Yep.
I think I just get 3 again.
So we're at the top of 3. The Eldar have another. They got another 3 point.
Yep.
Did you get the point for doing 4 turns?
We haven't completed 4 turns yet.
Yes.
Ah, fair.
on, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was at the end of each turn.
You gotta complete it. What'd they get for that one?
Ah,
What did Mike get? What did Mike get on the bottom of 3?
Mike's 13 right now.
8, 9, 10. Oh, he must have gotten 5 again. Okay.
But there's gonna be the end of turn scoring. That's gonna change everything.
Goresmith says
just
the
bonus
Custodes
points,
just
right?
simply didn't get forward fast enough.
Yep. Well,
All right, so we were
number of factors.
We were into
Yeah.
the bottom of 4. Let's see what the Imperium is going to do.
Welcome everybody who's just tuning in. We are here live at the Dragon's Lair Austin location, which is our local games shop. We are hosting the Warhammer 40k monthly tournament here.
We
This
got
is
about,
table 1, game 1 of 3 games that we will be fielding.
we got about 20 to 30 people here,
25 to 30, yeah.
so
And
it's
it's
a
now-
good showing.
It's now sunny, Austin, Texas.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's sunny, Austin, Texas now.
It is sunny now.
Yep. So this
We're
is
once again
this
sunny.
is table 1, round 1. We've got about 45 minutes left in the round.
We're at the bottom of turn 4, moving
And
quickly.
we will be broadcasting all 3 top table games today. We will be, I believe, taking an hour break after this first game to allow the players to go get some lunch and rack up their next armies. We will be taking the broadcast down during that time, and then we will be back for rounds 2 and 3 live here on our channel. So if you're interested in more tournament action, please do hit that follow button, turn on notifications so that you'll get that little beep when we go live.
Yeah.
We're going to be here all day. We're going to have a great time. Playing
Already
some
having a
40,
great time.
playing some 40k. All right, so that one shield captain during the movement phase moved on up into that forward position. He definitely wants to get in there and on those Eldar vehicles because they're just putting some pain to him.
He's got a lot of targets. I don't know if he wants to go for try to finish with the wave serpents
And,
or if he's going to try to kill the.
And here come the
Fire
mortars.
dragons.
So he is laying in with all of his mortars right now, trying to.
I'd probably go for the fire dragons. It's a pretty good chance I'd be able to kill them, get the kill for the unit.
And that's a pretty costly unit, yeah.
They're costly and they're technically the most deadly thing to him on the table.
Right.
No, it's got to be the Dark Reapers.
No,
Dark
the fire
Reapers.
dragons are fire dragons are more deadly.
Yeah, but they have no range. You should
They're
always
right,
be.
but they're right next to him.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Where they
Yeah.
are right now, they're
Right.
the most
Is there
deadly
anything
thing.
tomorrow? Yes, Jackson, we broadcast Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from our home studio here in Austin, Texas. We are live at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. We'll be playing 40K right at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
And then Tuesday and Wednesday as well in the A slot, we will be playing 40K this week. We have no evening broadcasts this week. We are doing a tech setup on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, we're doing some video recording. So in the meantime, please check out our YouTube channel. We've got some brand new content coming out for you guys. We just released a video interview and demonstration of spin casting techniques with actual, not resin,
Metal,
pewter
with metal.
miniatures with Mindworn Games as Representative Benson. That's a really groovy video that we put together. You can find on our YouTube channel.
And we've
Bulls
got a lot
Tabletop
of
Spotlight.
We've got a lot of other good stuff comes up. You can also check out our Patreon page.
Yep.
If you want to support the channel, follow along, or get some more behind the scenes stuff.
Or some cool swag. We've got official Bulls merchandise. We've got t-shirts and cups and mugs and things for you guys. As well as additional bonus video that is only available to Patreon subscribers. So if you want more 40k comment, more shenanigans, and more Harry the Cat videos,
Definitely.
there you go.
We've also, of course, got our hobby, which will be on Thursday
Yes.
afternoon and evening.
Nope.
Paint streams every Thursday on Bella Lost Souls.
Yep.
And you can check out our print website for all the latest news in all of your board game, tabletop, RPGs, fandoms, geekery, toys, news, cosplay, everything on bellalostsouls.net.
And yeah.
All right, shooting
That's
is
the
done.
Didn't do much, and yet
All right.
he's going to go into the.
Into the assault phase. Let's see where that last shield captain's going to go.
He's going to the fire drags. Looks like.
Is he going to be going into the fire dragons, Eric?
Yes.
All right. Into
we
the
do
fire
have-
dragons. There we go.
We've got the we do have
It's a short
paintings.
charge. Looks like it's about.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
So
You can do it there. We go ahead and roll it.
so he needs to get a 5 probably on that charge roll. Should be pretty easy.
There's your 5.
Okay. The Exarch, I need to do him separately. See reroll ones. Nope.
We do paint every Thursday,
Okay.
weather
Oh,
permitting.
we do have one Overwatch shot.
About
Potentially.
But it's not wound.
Oh.
Use my last.
All right. Eldar uses his last command point. Here goes.
Nope.
Do I get it?
Does it wound? It does.
All
It
right.
does.
4 up.
I mean, it can't kill you.
Saves it.
Oh, makes the 4-up invulnerable save. Clutch.
5-inch.
Excellent.
That one could have been. That one could have been
would've
deadly.
big, yeah. So we
A point blank melt a shot would have
Paint
been bad.
streams, like I said, are of course weather permitting. Thomas Goat Boy doesn't have a roof on his house, so if it rains, he can't paint.
We pull him out of his pen.
Yep.
We put a bell on him. We put a paintbrush in his hooves, and he just paints. He paints for you.
Yep.
And Goat Boy
Without
is
hand.
he really is a you should if you haven't yet, you should really check out our painting streams on Thursday. Leading off, we have the veteran sergeant. He's a super good, highly detailed technical painter. And he does a lot of tutorials, so you'll learn a lot of tips and just like advanced techniques from him. And then in the evening, we have Goat Boy, who is a crazy painting machine.
Yep.
So last Thursday, as an example, he in 2 hours painted 30 Skaven, and
Yep.
they
I
looked.
don't know how he did that.
And they looked good, and everyone was like, "You can't do it." And he was like, "Watch, I'm gonna paint these 30," and it was nuts. So every week he does some weird, crazy thing.
Yep. All right, so we've got
Five or strike 6.
Strength 5 and strength 6.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay,
we've got
here.
trying to finish off the
Roll for the lance.
Yep. So we got the shield captain.
Minus
Looks like he's rolling different dice. There's probably a Misericordia in there.
One thing, so 3 and 1 at -1. So 3 are dead.
3 dead.
That's actually quite fortunate. I expected more of them to die than that.
And then this guy over here.
Yeah.
Those dragons are going to be attacking back with their fists,
So 3 are fire dragons. No, with their
The
head.
last one was mine.
with their little dragon helmets.
well, and we've got
Brave bones.
we've got the
Nice.
the Vexilla has charged the Wave Serpent.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So way down on the south, on the bottom side of the table, you will see there is the secondary combat. That is the Custodes Vexilla, and he is charged headlong into the Wave Serpent. He's gonna bang with his standard and see what he can do.
Yep.
Yep. Huh? Oh, minus 2.
-2, yep. So got it with 5.
So he did do that.
He
He's got a
did.
shank.
Yeah.
How many wounds did he do to it?
Trying to stab a wave serpent with his Misericordia.
Dude, it's a Misericordia. You can totally kill. With,
Right through the canopy.
It works for Heimdall.
Hey,
He kills Alpheacles with knives in
We're gonna
Thor.
try.
Yeah, no, definitely.
all right, and so yeah, your swing start.
all right.
Okay. 3 for the wave serpent on
Okay, the Wave Serpent is going to attempt to vroom vroom. He does nothing.
Nope.
And the Fire Dragons.
Fire dragons, the Exarch, and 6 attacks, and the other guy has 1.
Okay, so you got 3 attacks back. As those Exarchs attempt to hit it with their helmets, and they do nothing.
3.
The helmets, they do nothing.
1 dice.
Oh, he rolled. That was a 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
1 and 1 Fire Dragon says, "Get the hell out of here, man! Get the hell out of here! They're coming out of the walls and floors."
No, man, I didn't sign up for this.
That guy's got a lance.
Can't, and nothing.
He's like, "Dude, they're killing airplanes with lances. What?
Nah, man.
I am going back to the craft world."
I like to imagine that,
Get me
like,
back in that movie.
I like to imagine that the Elder are like, wait,
So
only we were supposed to have jet bikes.
This is
like,
This is our thing.
like I'm not, no, nope,
I'm
jet, nope,
going on
nope.
strike. Going on strike right now.
This is unacceptable.
3 points for the turn.
3 points for turn.
So that's 3 turns. Okay.
2 points.
And that takes us to
16 to 14.
Yeah.
yep, 16 to 14 for the Custodes. A very slight lead.
So
We're now on to
we'll
turn
point
5.
out that these are the secondary objective points.
Right. We will.
There are a bunch of primary objective points that are going to get scored at the end of the game.
That's correct.
So that may make that's going to make a big decision.
Yeah.
So Mike's kind of moving some vehicles down to try to grab it, but Eric's still got a fair amount of infantry holding down his objectives back there. They're so squishy. They are.
Hey, you know what?
But he's got to get there.
Yeah. And the Eldar are, you know, this is one of those battles where it looks like the Eldar may have more points left by points on the board, but definitely the Custodes absolutely have board control all over the place. They have just kept them shoved. I mean, the entire Eldar army is just literally on the far perimeter of the board.
They're checking the turn length. I don't think we got an official turn length. Right now we got a beautiful shot of the back of Mike's purple shirt there.
It's beautiful.
Mike, show the camera the front of your shirt.
Oh yeah.
That one.
That one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Nice.
Go 8th Legion.
Perfect. Yeah.
Send the 8th.
Yes.
Which legion is that?
That's
The Night Lords.
Which we've got a beautiful big Night Lords army led by Lord Drakkar. This is one of the stars of our campaign.
Yep.
So you'll see that
Drakkar
during our weekly campaign.
Yeah. Whenever you
He
guys
may be
actually.
gone, but his scent lingers.
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever you. Thanks, Chip. Thanks, Chip. That was great. I hope you all enjoyed that out in internet land. That was great. I like to think that Lord Drakkar, he smells like prom. That's what he smells like. He smells
Prom
like
and bad decisions.
he smells like prom and I mean, the two go hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
All
All right.
we do have 6 turns. This is the second to last Eldar.
Okay, so we are seeing Mike.
Turn.
So Mike is now getting way up there. He's moving forward. He's left combat with the Vexilla, and he is moving right on in there. I assume he's going to start trying to do some murderating of some guardsmen in the.
You might get your lance on lance loving.
Yeah,
Yes.
tight shot in on
It's
it.
that hot action
Yeah,
we've
it's
been
gonna
waiting
be
for all
good.
game.
It's only twice as big as me.
You got this.
Go over to the other.
It ain't the size that matters,
I've
it's
got
how
the
big
double
you are.
lance at the same time.
That's right.
Oh yeah, where's the Autarch with the lance?
Yeah, where's he at? Can you point him out on the board?
He is
Right
Oh,
there.
Right there.
Right there.
Oh.
He's gonna
lance
get it.
on lance. Of course, he's shooting to fly away because Eldar wouldn't engage in the dirty act of hand-to-hand combat.
We're gonna give
No,
you
they're
guys.
just
We're gonna get if that actually happens. We're gonna give you guys like an official jousting, like a jousting drum roll before they charge in.
He looks like he full up.
All right, so the Autarch has moved on up there. He is just out of charge. He is.
So I guess you could call the charge roll the tilt.
He's nice. Yes,
Farseer, and then
he's nice and
But I don't think
close.
it's gonna
Ooh,
happen.
nice.
I think it's gonna happen. Well, I mean,
Again,
he
that
could
beautiful
just be
purple
burned to
shirt.
the ground.
He's gonna shoot him.
That right there, that is a
But
purple
how to do
shirt.
this, we'll see. Okay, so second phase, I will doom him
Yes.
Uh,
All right,
with a 10.
that
shall
is
sing the doom
that is
song
the
now.
war. That is the Farseer on a jet bike. You'll see him. He is right in the center of your screen. He's hanging back.
No, if 5 goes off, but you could spend a 1 to deny it.
That is a chance.
My,
Okay, so that's a smite. It goes
my
off.
rooms of witnessing.
Roll a smite.
That's 7.
Yeah, 7 on the smite.
We're gonna spend a point.
Yes, sir. Nope.
Wait,
Nice.
Do you get it back?
Hey, Omnius, welcome back. We're doing fantastic on this beautiful Sunday. We are
You could, yep.
getting to the end of the first game of our day.
This is a good one.
It's a very exciting battle. Very
Nice.
interestingly laid out.
get these back.
Yep.
All right.
Was that
Just
smite
in time
block?
for some hot spear on spear
So
action.
what happened there is Eric spent a command point to use the sort of stratagem to try to get another smite. He failed, but then he spent a second command point to re-roll, successfully denying the smite,
Nice. They'll
I
get
had-
there
oh,
one
yeah.
way or another.
And then I got both of them back from the relic.
and he got both of them back.
Ooh, that's
From-
savage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that was a efficient use of command points.
Imperial treasure.
And that's the kind of command point efficiency you expect out of the Adeptus Custodes.
Wounds.
I don't like it.
Vulnerable save that does 2 damage.
All right, so we've got a damage from the Noble Lance has shot him, but it saved.
Dang.
So we're on to shooting.
Close full of pea shooters.
Got the Shuriken Cats off the bike.
4 hits, sneak 5. 1 snake and 1. So 1 1.
Armor. Saves on a 3. Other thing. Is over there
Got
somewhere.
a 3.
Take it.
Take it.
One wound from the Shuriken.
Yep.
Nice.
Bang.
Better than the Noble Lance. All right.
I really
Okay.
want to know the list of melts and bases.
All right, the Wave Serpent. That is the Wave Serpent that, with the black stripe. That's directly. You'll see it. It's on the upper left quadrant over there, shooting at that Custode. You're going to see the Eldar put everything into that shield captain to try to bring him down.
How many wounds does he have?
7.
6 left.
And he has 6 left. Okay.
He has
Yeah.
now taken 2 wounds. He is at 5 left.
5 left. All right.
Dire Avengers, Fort.
Okay, there's Dire Avengers. You'll see them. They're on the far right. They're on the other side, but they do have line of sight to the shield captain. They must be just barely in range.
There's actually a unit right behind the tower you can't see. That's
Oh,
the one that's
okay,
shooting.
then that's the one that's shooting them.
Yeah.
Saves.
And then the 2, let me make sure they're in range. Yep.
That shuriken catapult fire just pattered off him like rain. Didn't do anything. Made his saves.
All hit.
Oof.
5.
More shuriken cannon fire from Dire Avengers. Ooh, 4 wounds.
Nice.
I got 1 Dark Reaper that can see him, and the Exarch. Exarch doesn't matter. But 2, 6.
10 shots.
What does your Exarch have? The
Tempest.
Tempest.
Yep.
It's the Web of Skulls.
Hot.
10 shots.
All right.
All right, so we have there's a Dire Avenger Exarch raining down Tempest fire and one Dark Reaper who can actually see him. And they're going on to that shield captain, try to bring him down. The rest of the Dark Reapers can't see anything.
It's a -2. Third does 1 damage. I believe.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
Because he's now 4.
Fire Prism, 2d3
He said it was
shots.
on, he said it was going to make it without a shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
All right. So just a couple more wounds on him.
4. Oh, here's your dice. That's right.
No worries.
And, he's doomed. Does one involve? Flat 3.
Oh,
Man point. Guess it's a 6.
all right. He fails a save from the Starshot missile that would have done flat 3 damage to that shield captain. He spends a command point and makes the save. That was a clutch roll. He needed that.
All right. Warwalkers.
Okay, here comes the Warwalkers. Let's go back to the overhead. So we have a pair of Warwalkers. You guys are going to see them. They are on the.
One. Oh, he's doomed. 2.
All right, there's Warwalkers on the bottom left. They are shooting up through that gap onto the shield captain. Those are bright lances.
8.
And that's it for this for him.
Got him.
No lance on lance.
Man.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cruel.
Dart.
The lance
dodging and
on
weaving.
the lance on lance action. We were really looking forward to it. That no
I really was.
no jousting
Over there.
today.
Jousts.
Shoot at that command guy. 1, 2. Overwhelm him with paper throwing stars.
All right, so
Paper
that
cuts can be lethal.
the wave
man.
serpent that is on the
Especially if you throw a lemon at him afterwards.
that's on the bottom. It's putting everything.
4. 1 each. Does he have 5 wounds?
It's putting everything into. You'll notice there's a model directly in front of him. That's the captain. That's the Imperial Guard. That's the actual warlord.
Make 1.
I believe so.
So they're just trying to light up.
Oh, he made at least one. He makes it.
What did they?
Company commander.
It's a company commander.
Yep.
2.
Company
Took 2
commander
damage, but survived.
makes it.
Tried to get that.
Alright.
Did not.
He doesn't care. It's just a few shurikens.
That's okay. 'Cause that was pretty good.
He's seen worse.
And turn.
Yeah, I think I just got the 3 again.
Alright, yeah, you killed somebody holding an objective.
That's
I guess I'll do the +1 now. No, we'll do it.
so. Is that 3 or 4, Mike?
Is he upset?
No, he isn't. He is a. No, he's not.
Oh, so yeah, then it's just 3.
Okay, so that takes
17?
the Aeldari up to 17.
Because you're probably about to go through and get Warwick.
Boom, 17 to 16, and we're now into the bottom of 5.
I couldn't charge as I felt.
Let's see what the Imperium's going to bring.
It's interesting to see how this game particularly is laying out. Like you would think that
Like this one's close.
like a mistake like not remembering to bring a unit in, which I've done before, it normally just kicks you in the pants and there's no coming back from that. But it's such an even game even with that happening.
But Mike has done that 3 times and fought his way back, and he's
Really?
up. Yes, there's the there's the 2 warlocks who are drunk in the webway,
Yep.
and apparently they saw the shining spears as they were zipping on by, and they're like, "Hey man, we got some drinks.
You want a drink?"
What are you doing?" And the shining spears were like, "Hey,
It's just 2 errors.
do you have an
They're
do you,
like, oh,
well,
you're
three
having
do you have
a
an
mixer?
do you have an Exarch? Is there an Exarch in the shining spears?
Oh, yeah.
Even the see if there was no Exarch, it would have made sense because they'd have been like, "Well, the
Yeah,
boss
but-
isn't
Well, see,
the
they
boss
have
isn't
the good
here."
Sangria in the webway.
no, they got
the kind with the
margaritas.
gin in it. Yeah, so they're like, oh, this is a real party. Like, screw this battle life. Like, let's have some party.
We just got back from Kimura. We got these crazy drinks.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of a really good general that he's able to keep the focus and still present a really competitive game.
it's Carnival right now, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Carnival, yeah. They probably met some Harlequins in the
Oh, yeah,
back.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Mike obviously had the momentary disappointment of that unit, but he's playing fantastically even though that happened. So
Yeah.
it's anybody's game at this point.
I mean, the impressive part to me is that he has managed in 5 turns to actually kill all 10 shield captains, and that is a really uphill struggle. I mean, that's 70 wounds.
Like the game
He's
that I
kicked
played
out.
against the Custodes, it took my entire army, I think, 3 turns to get them off the board, and that was the only thing I was shooting at was that unit.
But he's on -1,
Yes.
so he'll whiff.
Okay, we've got lots of guard shooting, all going into that wave serpent.
And you're -1.
4 guys that are within 4 feet.
And he did move the Vex. You'll notice that the Custodes Vexilla has
Let's stab that
turned
thing again.
has turned around, and it's right behind it. So he's going to go after it again in the assault phase, I'm sure, with his Misericordia and Standard.
Here, take it in as well. We're gonna do that same type of bullshit. 26, 48. So yeah, 48 into 2-man. Everybody else.
Just trying to kill off another unit, at least so you can at least get that objective.
Yep.
Those are our points for killing units every turn.
If you can kill it, I don't think I can win
There's 3 guys. That
Kill the wave serpent.
it. Because just the way the points work.
3
Yeah.
guys in rapid fire.
3 guys are.
But it's going to be uphill.
3
How,
guys in rapid fire, 6 shots.
Mike, how many wounds does the wave serpent still have?
There's the last pistol.
Is it, Eric, I think that one's on full wounds, right? 13. That's
I don't see anything
yeah,
extra.
wounded, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
And 3
intact.
extra shots
13.
from the other
It
guys.
should be fine.
Ooh, well, it's going to be an uphill struggle for a bunch of guardsmen to knock out a wave serpent, an intact wave serpent. But we'll see.
Okay, we're at 12, so the 4 actually hit this time.
Alright, he's just throwing shots into them, trying to do what he can to get that wave serpent hurt.
He's down to 12. I got it.
You start.
Ooh.
He starts at 13.
The sniper
Blinding. You know, you don't actually kill the wave serpent with las guns. You just blind the driver enough until he crashes eventually.
That's what the brakes. That's what the parking brakes for.
This wave serpents don't have parking brakes.
Well, I mean, when's the last time you were? I mean, like not the 2017 models, but the new ones did.
3 hits because of -1. Toughness 3, right? 3 wounds. Okay. Yeah.
Into the 2-man, 3 wounds, 4 ups. Oh, kill it.
No, she's
There you
insulting
go.
you.
That's
Uh,
well, we'll see.
We'll put 3 mortars into this.
Yeah.
we got some mortars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna try to finish off some infantry, I think.
That's command base one of this. An extra shot. Do I get back? No.
Alright. Here's a few more shots going down. And there's a lot of mortar shots. Trying to clear out some dire avengers, I think.
Yeah, we're within 12, so the 4's actually hit. And he fires them.
Against the
This is on the side.
this thing is a serpent.
At negative,
None.
nothing. So 2.
2 more
Down
razor.
to
Put you down.
10. Yeah.
Alright, we got 3 wounds on the serpent.
Come on.
Get in there.
Oh, crack grenade.
Huh?
Yeah, crack
It's
grenade.
down to 10.
He's got a melt-upon.
Yeah.
Remember melt-upons?
Oh yeah,
What?
they're
Fire
fantastic.
dragons have it.
I haven't heard of those things in so long, yeah.
No crack, just fry.
I mean, they technically have them.
They also have auxiliary melt-upon launchers.
I mean,
Stivis, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Belfry.
I guess the melt bomb is like better against a Titan
One pistol.
than the fusion
Yeah, 'cause
gun.
What does it do? What-
It rerolls wounds instead of
But no, he already does against monsters and vehicles.
Oh, it's just if he has the flamer. If he has a heavy flamer,
Fair.
then he can still throw the melt bomb against something big. Yeah, yeah. In that one corner case.
Okay, so yeah, that's all my shooting.
Has there ever been a model for the Dragon's
He's gonna assault.
Has for the flimp, I just use the fire pike as both
Yeah.
because you can't tell. Anything could shoot out of that
It's a
thing.
pike that fire comes out of. Like,
Yep, pretty much.
What does it matter?
I didn't pay for the fire pike. One hit, nothing. You made it.
All right, that's another Custodes
Slam
charge.
that.
Okay, there we go. That's the
Vexilla.
Vexilla is in combat. That's the only combat we have in this assault phase. Oh wait, no. There's okay. He
He's
moves.
gonna try to. So he's trying to get him on the objective because he's objective
Maybe
secured.
Right. Yeah, he moved up a little bit because he wants to make sure that no matter what happens, he has that objective. There we go. Here comes the Vexilla, swinging for the fences.
Negative 2. Takes one.
All right.
Does it do 1?
Single damage. So that puts you at 9.
All right, he's down to 9.
Still did more this time than last time.
And last round.
Oh, I got my 3 attacks back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, 1 hit.
Hey,
1 wound.
Saves.
doesn't even care. Bam!
Doesn't. Bam, whatever.
The windshield wiper just bounced.
It's just hit her.
What?
It's the wiper fluid. It stings my eyes.
Ah.
3.
Oh wait, I'm a Custodes. It doesn't. So just the 3.
19 to 17.
All right, 19 to 17. The Custodes are still up by 2
And
points.
it is the final Eldar turn.
And we are moving into this is for all the marbles. We're moving into turn
How
6.
many points was it?
3. 19. 17 to 19.
So Mike's gonna have to
This
do
is
everything
it.
he can to get those points.
Yep, this is all missions all the time now. He's just in a mad dash to scoop up as many points as he can. See what happens. Okay, Warwalkers are moving forward. You're seeing them. They're on the. You can see half of their bases. They're on the extreme lower left quadrant of the table. They're moving on up. Oh my gosh, we're actually seeing Dark Reapers really actually get onto the table and not 1 inch away from the, not literally on the edge of the table. They are in a beautiful Eldar conga line. They practice extensively for that.
Okay, first you're going to advance. Oh, it's just a flat 6. Never mind.
You'll see the Dark Reapers there on the middle left, just poking off the edge of the table. We have Eldar jet bikers. Eldar jet bikers moving up.
Yep.
Everyone's just going for broke, trying to get into various quarters.
Phelps says say no to bullies. That's right.
True. I mean, Eric was aggressive enough with his Custodes that even though they all died, they forced Mike into a not the best position for the mission and
Yeah.
managed to do just enough damage as they were going out.
Yeah,
It's-
So he had
to
board,
make it a close game.
So Eric had board control pretty much absolutely for through turn 5. So now the Eldar are just having to spring out and see what they can grab on turn 6.
They do have
you know-
enough range weapons that I think
There's a wave serpent. You're going to see it. It's moving up towards the central.
And in the tradition of showing off the awesome shirts at this table, can we get you to step in front of that camera over there so Jack can see your
That's
shirt?
that's pretty good.
Pretty tasty.
A
Scooch
little bit
down
lower.
Just a little bit.
A little bit
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
And the shirt says "Come at me, bro."
Yep.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
Real good.
Nice.
That's
Real
pretty good. Well played, sir. Well played.
The shirt game is strong in this
No,
room.
that's great.
Yeah.
And Eric's got the great defense now that if he does lose this game, he'll become more powerful than Mike can imagine and come back and win the tournament with his good score. He's gonna lose it minorly.
Like serving as the officer? No, it's like powers. No.
Okay, you fell back.
Yeah, I did feel
Right.
that, yeah.
For some reason, the Wave Serpent doesn't want to stay in combat with the Vexilla.
Can't
I have
imagine.
no idea why.
Moved off 2 inches towards the edge of the table. You'll see it down there on the bottom. It just hopped a little bit out of assault.
Doomy-doom.
It has fly, so
Yeah.
Goes off with a 10.
Nice.
Second thing.
Yeah.
was that
And,
Yeah, Vexilla is doomed.
the Vexilla is doomed.
With a 9.
And the Wave
Nice.
Serpent's guide.
Oh no.
Doom.
Doom guy. Doom guy. Third.
Okay,
Okay.
it's the classic
Fire
combo.
prism and that guy.
All right,
Six shots.
all right. The fire prism. See him? He's way up on the upper left, shooting all the way across the table at the Wave Serpent.
At the
I'm sorry,
Vexilla.
at the Vexilla,
Next to the Wave Serpent.
next to the Wave Serpent. There you go.
Threes. Ooh, doom. 3 wounds. Plus another 2. So 5 total saves and I get 3.
Ooh, 5 saves, minus 3.
They're 1 energy.
Of Vexilla's doesn't care at all.
Yep.
Yep, Storm
That's
Shield.
ridiculous.
He just swings that shield around. It was whatever.
2 more walkers.
Fire,
Already pointing in the right
fire prism,
He's, like,
whatever.
huddled behind it,
Like, come on,
"Don't
shield
touch me."
captains. This is how you do it.
4 walkers. Yeah. 3 hits.
Nice.
Toughest 4 or 5? 5. So, yeah, doom. 3 wounds, sir.
Which unit did you guide?
I guided the Wave Serpent.
Okay, the one that just shot.
On the Vexilla again.
These are D6 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Man boy. Get that. Oh no.
Do I get it back?
Does a full 6.
Ooh. On who? Oh,
Vexilla.
that was from the
Warwalkers.
From the Warwalkers.
Exiled him.
Oh,
He is sorely
You don't have
vexed.
5 to start. Hit.
whew. So he just whew. That was one.
Wave Serpant and
one,
and
Yeah, one Bright Lance made it through all the saves, and then Mike rolled hot. That's just it's D6 damage. He rolled the 6, took him out.
It's a gamble with that
Boom.
Bright Lance, but when it does damage, it does damage.
oh, if you didn't go.
Just knocked him out.
I know they're risky, but I have a
2
soft spot for the
regulars
Bright
and 1
Lance.
at -3 for the.
So, 3 or 4 up. He's a dollar.
He's now putting everything into the Astra Militarum,
Okay.
trying to just knock him off those objectives.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a
one is a
company commander directly in front of the Wave Serpent. The far south Wave Serpent on the bottom center of the table. You'll see it right there. He's
And that's
yep.
the Warlord.
Yeah, and that's the Warlord. So he just got him.
And
now he's on that objective.
Phelps says that's a new meaning to head toward the light.
Let's see. So I got.
Phelps, you're on point today.
Okay, so that is it for the Eldar.
Mortars, but I don't
He's checking a little bit to see he might have a shot on the mortars with the Dark Reapers. Yeah, he does. Okay, so you got the Dark Reapers. You see them. They're on the extreme left behind the Fortress of Retribution, but they do have line of sight on those 3 mortars that you'll see. They're the tan circles on the lower right, and they are going in.
I don't wound with only 2. They are 80 minus 2, and
6, 7.
they do 2 wounds each, so just kill 1 base. Oh no, 2 bases. That's right, 2 wounds.
All right, so 2 Dark Reapers made it through. Bang, bang, knocked out 2 of the mortars. The squad still survives. And is that it for Eldar shooting, or do we have a little bit?
Yeah, that one's it.
Okay.
Do they need? Can they fail leadership?
There are
Do you have any?
I guess they could.
Do you have any charges to declare, or are we done with charging? Okay, so we're done.
Okay.
That's the end of the Eldar turn.
That's the end of the Eldar turn. Let's score that up.
6. So that's 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you're fine.
So 4 points, Mike.
6.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, sergeants are 7.
I got an enemy objective.
Okay.
I think I just get the full 5.
Do you get the 4? Yeah. Do you have 4 or 5?
No, we are not within 3. Okay, so you should, yeah, you should get the full 5 because you're holding an enemy objective and you killed a unit.
All right, and that's going to take the Eldar up to 22. So that was a clutch. That was a clutch turn for Mike. That's the most secondary he could get is 5. So Custodes have got to come back and they've got to score 3 more, and then we will be tallying up all the primary scores at the end of turn 6. So Eric doesn't have anything left to lose. There's no more enemy turns, so he can do whatever he needs to do to grab max points.
I think we're gonna look at a minor Eldar victory here.
Here we go.
Actually, it could be yeah.
They're moving up. They want to contest that objective, possibly get incredibly lucky and kill the Wave Serpent and take it back.
Shining Spears went after the Golden Snitch.
Yeah.
That does happen. And we all know that Golden Snitches, where do they come from? The Webway. That's where they
Right.
hang out.
Absolutely.
No, that's just me.
8-Bit Wonder, thank you for that follow. Welcome to Belfry.
Number of models, so, right?
Are you allowed to?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can give you a move. And then go through and they can just move again with an advance.
Yep.
And go through
Oh,
5
you
minutes.
got it, yeah.
Yeah, so those guardsmen are objective secured. They're going to be making a run to get that objective back from the Wave Serpent. So he'll steal that back, get those victory points.
That was with the order of movement moves. That's going to give him all 3 of his objectives. And I think the Eldar are going to get a 2-point victory today.
Well, I don't know how to score. We'll have to score the primary bonus and all that. We'll see.
Yeah, because I didn't kill anybody because I'm too busy to shoot the damn dragon. Alright, so 1 point for secondary.
All right, so that was it. Just short. He was just moving to. So what did we get on secondary, Eric?
I only took 1 point on it.
Uh,
So that'll put me at 20 there. Alright, now for you were sitting on 2 objectives back here on your side.
Okay, so right now,
That will get you
and now we're going to total up all the bonuses.
oh, no, never mind.
on the primary. I'm sorry.
No, is he only on 2 or on 3 of the objectives?
I'm not on all 3.
Objectives in your deployments, those are worth 3 points. So you
never
get 6
mind.
points for your primary.
I missed that. So it might be a narrow Custodes victory.
Yeah,
I am sitting on all 3 here,
cool.
so that'll give you 9 plus 1 for a total of 10.
Plus 1 from.
And you put over 3 with a 1 point bonus for holding all 3 objectives.
Oh, I got you.
I think it's going to be a tie.
Yep.
So that's 29.
Hold on.
Okay.
So he's got 30 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the
bonus
1.
scores. Bonus, Warlord. You got Warlord.
Got
We both completed turn 4.
Oh,
Have over half of your units out of your deployment zone.
I do.
Yes. I'll get you all 3 there. All I got left is sitting in my deployment zone.
This is a draw.
Yeah.
So that'll put me at 31,
Awesome.
22, 28, 29, 30.
Nice.
Is it 31 to 31?
That was fantastic.
All right, so
Good
there we
game,
have
gentlemen.
straight tie, 31-31.
I probably should have shot some. If I'd shot them, I may have been able to go through.
And this is the first game we've seen that's gone all the way to turn 6.
Yeah, all the way to
Well
turn
done.
6. Played fast. Couldn't. And at the
Still
end.
have a good 20 minutes left.
All right. So what are you guys going to do for your last 20 minutes? Well,
Disney
well, I
World.
think that
Harry
clearly
Potter
the
Land.
winner was supposed to get a donut. So you're gonna.
Oh,
You're
so now you have to split the donut.
You're gonna have
and
to-
both have joy and
You're gonna
shame
have
at
to
same
split the
time.
victory donut.
Well, are we doing a
Oh, that doesn't matter.
are we doing a
This is
la-
America.
Lady and the Tramp donut?
This is
Ooh,
a patriotic
hot.
donut.
Hey, I don't get spear on spear action. I need mutual donut eating action.
All right, folks. Well, that was an exciting ending to the first game today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pick whatever one you want. Thank you.
All right.
It was a tie. You're only entitled to half of that.
So you better throw
But
up
if
the
your
other
opponent
half.
cedes
If
the
your opponent
donut
cedes his
victory,
half, you can
Yeah.
tackle him. You want half of it?
No.
All right, the Custodes are honorable opponents, and they say, "You, sir, may have. You, Falzinos, may enjoy your donut."
well, yeah, because those Custodes armors, they're real tight. You know, you can't be packing on the extra weight of that donut.
No.
You gotta stay slim to get into that armor.
Yeah.
That's the forces you
Yeah,
to,
you can't
to
have
retire
that-
You
and
can't
become.
let it out. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
there's,
there's no re-
extra seam allowance in,
There's
in that metal armor.
there's no retailering.
That's
Custodes
you got to go
armor.
up to Constantine Valdor or whatever and be like, oh, I had that extra
Yeah,
donut. My
yeah, that extra cream filled
Does this
in.
come in extra large? No.
Give me the black robe then. I'm going off to be an emperor's eyes.
Oh, sad.
I gained an extra
Never to be seen again.
I gained an extra 2 pounds. I'm
Do you
out of
think
here.
that they sit around in their black robes eating all the donuts?
Well, there's probably like one who like his disguise is he's like a confectionery or something. So yeah, he has to.
Yes.
He's the
In fact,
baker.
That's their actual mission in life is to perfect the
Oh,
donut
yeah.
pastry recipe.
I think that's the secret. It's not they don't retire when they get like too slow. It's like I'm tired of this diet. Give me a black robe so I can go like feast and have donuts in space.
We're having pizza night. It's Tuesday.
Oof, I'm done.
Pizza and D&D.
That was a fantastic game, both
Yeah.
you guys.
That's fine.
31-31,
Oh,
down to the wire.
now
And,
hopefully I remember half of my army.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think the Eldar have learned their lesson.
Well learned.
Remember,
Also, I thought the secondaries were the primaries, and I forgot that we should hold them.
I'm gonna guess that on round 2, Mike's gonna be tying some pieces of string to his fingers.
Yeah, that's right.
Man,
Remember
sometimes that doesn't
everything.
even help. I write Post-its and then I forget to read the Post-it and still forget it.
Sad. So,
But that
I'm
was
gonna have to tattoo stuff to my hand.
so that's 31-31. That's actually a pretty high score.
It's a
Yeah,
no.
it's
It's
one of the
How many
highest scores I've
times
seen.
written notes on the back of my hand.
And then you smear it.
Huh? No, well, then it's like, what the hell is this crap on the back of my hand? I'm forgetting
Oh
something.
yeah.
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 Because it's,
That happens.
especially when things happen at certain parts of the phase.
Yes.
Oh
So
yeah.
like, yeah, I normally don't play armies with psychers, so it's like psychic power.
Remember psychic power.
Oh, wait, I
That's
need
the
to-
one that I know I'm never gonna forget because I take armies specifically for psychic powers.
That's
I
the-
love that psychic phase.
That's the advantage of Custodes. You're like
So round 2 is 1 o'clock now. It will start in an hour at
Well,
2 o'clock. So
no.
we will go up at 2 and probably start around 2:30.
Sure.
They'll begin their setup right around 2, and so we'll go up a little bit before, start some commentary for you guys. Yeah, take about an hour break.
So while
get
you-
some coffee, some
Yeah.
tea, some munchies.
Yeah, while you guys are, while we've got you guys here, so we'll take a few last minutes. So, Mike, what do you think about the 10 shield captain army? Most people were like, "Wow, I don't think I can." I mean, it's 70 wounds, and you did carve through 70
I
wounds.
have obviously enough guns. If they're not basically in a line, coming at me all at the same distance,
Yeah,
then I have enough guns. That's the only lesson I
the
have.
trickling them through is what one thing that caused it. I should have gone through and flat out that first turn
Yeah,
to push them all.
that's what I
together.
think.
So they're
Against the shooting
all right there.
Because up close.
Yeah, because we didn't really start seeing like lots of assaults until turn 3.
Yeah.
And if you could have hit his gun line on turn 1 and just given up all that.
turn two.
Sorry, on turn 2 and given
Yeah.
up your turn 1 shooting, maybe
Yeah,
a better.
because turn one shooting was almost non-existent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Have
agree.
you had many games with it?
This is the first time I played with it.
There you go.
There you go,
But
learning.
no.
And this was a pretty good matchup for Mike. He had an Eldar army. Well,
I would say it's a bad
he has
matchup for the Custodes, not necessarily a good matchup
Sure,
for Mike.
sure. Well, it was. He happened
Yeah.
to have an army that has lots of long-range, highly accurate weapons that are doing 3 damage flat.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the potential to do really heavy damage output, which not many armies have.
Not a ton. Lots of good high AP, lots of mobile stuff so that he could. He's probably the only army that overall is about as fast as the Custodes.
Right. So he did. It was a good classic Eldar game. He was retrograding.
Thank you.
He was moving around fast. He was doing everything he could to kind of orbit them, stay at the stay at extreme range, and just lay lots of of hitting on 3s or 2s, flat 3 damage firepower into them.
Yep.
And it worked.
No, definitely.
Not a lot of armies can do that. So I bet that that army against most of the other armies in this tournament would have just wrecked them.
It would be definitely hard, and I think there's another one of that similar army out there.
Yep, there's at least 2 of those Knights of the Round Table,
Yeah.
Custodes Shield Captain armies out there. So
And they're not out of the running. I mean, a 31-point tie puts
that's-
you up there still.
yeah, so those guys are not by any means out. They could very well be right up on top with everybody else.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us right now. Like I said, we'll be back in about an hour with Table 1 on round 2, and that'll be now that the scrubs are gone. No.
Oof.
Oh, shoot! The scrubs walk
Savage.
back in. No, I'm kidding. We'll get the. Oh yeah. We'll get Table 1 with Mission 2 with the top scorers, and we'll be back in an hour, guys.
Have fun. We will catch you then.
Yeah. Don't forget to eat and drink.
Yeah, eating and drinking is important.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated. That's your Bull's health tip of the day.
Don't forget to subscribe, support us on Patreon. Thanks for watching.